social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
We are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. You know what we're going to talk about tonight. WGN Chicago is going to do an expose on Tiffany Henyard. And for most of us, WGN is actually probably the first news outlet that we saw that dealt with Tiffany Henyard. So I think it's only appropriate that they kind of started this party off for me and that we end the party off with them. So I'm looking forward to this one. This should be a good one. I've heard from a few people that live in Dalton and have a little bit of a scoop. And they said it might be pretty interesting because there's going to be some topics that we haven't heard from before. So shout out to everybody who's just jumped into the best live chat on the internet. What's going on, Lady Luck Club? Yeah, it does start at 9. I just want to get started. I want to make sure my lights were right and my audio sound good. I'm actually going to jump over here into the interweb myself and check that part out right now because I want to make sure it sounds right. All right, let's go. I think it sounds pretty funktastic. I like the way it sounds. Shout out to everybody. Hit those green hearts up in that chat when you jump up in there. We got a lot of fun stuff tonight. Tonight's going to be an interesting one for sure. Let's see. Let's try stereo audio. We'll leave that. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me see this question that was just asked. Hey, is it going to be? I'm going to be streaming it right here. I'm going to be streaming WGN as a watch. So that's the plan. I mean, it's on WGN. I'm just streaming WGN. That's not really, I don't know if that qualifies as being different, but that is what it is nonetheless. All right, let's go. I think it sounds good though. Just one last check. I was moving the audio around again today. Y'all know how I do be doing that stuff, man. Don't be moving that audio around throughout the day. Yes, it's going to be on YouTube as far as I know, but I also have their main channel up as well. So if it's on their main channel, not on YouTube, I have it as well. So either way, I think I got them locked in, ready to go. Lady Luck Club, thank you so much for the question. And appreciate you, sister. Grace and peace to you. All right, so I got them queued in on WGN. I got it queued in on WGN on YouTube. So one way or another, we'll have it ready for them. We'll have it ready for sure. But I appreciate everybody jumping in. What color will she be wearing? Hopefully an orange jumpsuit, but I don't think it'll be an orange jumpsuit. Apparently they were trying to do an interview with her. I want to go with dark blue. She likes to wear dark blue. So I'm going to say dark blue of some sort. As far as I know, it's recorded. Blankenship. But we're going to all find out together. We're going to all find out. Simultaneously even. Pastel pink. I can kind of see that. I can see that as well. All right, here we go. Here, I'm going to start a poll question just to kind of keep everybody engaged. And I'm sure this week has been interesting, man. There's a lot of interesting conversations. All right, I started a poll question. Let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Who's winning? 100 men or one silverback gorilla? Who's winning? Let's go. I want to hear what y'all thinking about this. Surely you all are like me. My kids have been asking me and having deep conversation about this. I did not know that this was going to turn into a philosophical conversation about this silly, what is it, a meme, basically? Wow. Most of y'all say it's going to be the 100 men. Okay, I see y'all. All right. I mean, I think it could very well possibly be 100 men if they're intelligent. If they're not intelligent, I ain't got nothing for them. All right. Let's see. Thank you. I love it when people say my name. Oh, no problem, Blankenship. I appreciate you being a part of the best live chat on the internet. Oh, now the poll's starting to get funky. All right, so a lot of y'all saying the gorilla. That's so crazy, man. That whole conversation. Because I tell you, I could bring President Firstborn and Chief Executive Second in here, and they could probably talk all the way until this live stream supposed to start talking about this doggone gorilla. They said the kids at school was arguing about it and all this crazy stuff. Like, man, is it that important? It apparently is a big deal for high school students. So I think I'm gonna put my winner in there in the chat. Oh, you don't know what it is? Oh, hold on. Okay, Okay, so apparently there's this meme going around the interweb asking who would win between if you had 100 men versus one gorilla. And let me find a short. This one's not that long. Here, I'll just pull up one of the YouTube shorts. So, Blankenship. Let me pull this and make sure I get some audio. Hold on. Okay, here it comes. All right, let me pull this in. It's such an interesting. I just can't believe that people are having a discussion about this. And apparently, you are blessed to not be a part of all these shenanigans. Let me bring this in. All right, let's go. All right, green heart in the chat when you can hear. I don't. I had it ready and then I hit the. All right, let's try that again, Jason. Try that again. Bring it up. Here we go. All right, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so here it is, Blankenship. And I did it again. Crackers.
Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or 100 men? All right, let's break this down once and for all. Well, a full-grown male gorilla is an absolute monster. It can lift 2,000 pounds, has a bite force of 1,300 PSI, and is up to 9 times stronger than the average guy. But here's the thing. Gorillas aren't built for long fights. They're like sprinters. They explode for about a minute, and then they gas out hard. So yeah, the first 30, maybe 40 guys, dead instantly. But after a minute, once enough guys dogpile onto it, weight wins, endurance wins. The 100 men would eventually overwhelm the gorilla, barely, probably losing about half in the process. Humans are weak individually, but when we work together, even nature's tanks like gorillas don't stand a chance. Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or 100?
Okay, so that was it. That was my perception. I thought that the men, if they worked together, they could definitely overpower and just by brute force overpower a gorilla. I don't know where this meme came from, but people have been talking about it all day. I was literally called and asked to join a podcast today to talk about it. I was over on Smart Christian's channel today. I'm like, why are we talking about this, Corey? But it's just such an interesting thought experiment. So anyway, many men would die, but the humans would win. Absolutely, Mike. I think that's the summation of it for sure. The place at Tiffany's burned down. Yeah, we got to talk about that. I want to wait for more information to come out about that, Chris. But yeah, that whole situation is super crazy. Now, if it was a fist fight, it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So yeah, I just thought that was fun. So let me see what y'all said Oh, so most of y'all still saying that the gorilla would win. I mean, all things being considered, if all 100 men work together, I think hands down the gorilla is toast. We're going to have gorilla burgers for dinner. If they don't work together, I think the gorilla could. Now, granted, the gorilla might not be good for long fights, but maybe like a steady fight, that's what I would like to see. So I think the gorilla still has the upper hand if it's not a coordinated effort by the humans, by the men. But, tell me what y'all think about it. I just thought it was an interesting conversation. And so many people have been talking about it. Like I said, my kids came home from school today and said, like, the kids at school were having like a real full-on debate about it. I've just been all over the place. Okay. I have to look into that. I have not kept up with Lori Daybell at all. I've heard it's been pretty wild, but I've not kept up with it at all. Some of these things get out of my grip and I don't have the stamina to go reach out and kind of go after it. Kind of like the gorilla. There you go. All right, let me make sure I got this right. I'm just checking, make sure nothing's popped up on WGN. Nothing's popped up on their main channel. Gotcha. All right. And I got their main channel. I got their YouTube and I got their YouTube, their Facebook. So we are cooking. When they decide to go live, we should be good to go one way or another. One of these, by hook or by crook, we should have a good show tonight. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me and tapping in. Thank you so much for hitting the like button and jumping in to the best live chat on the internet. Now, we already asked the pressing question about gorilla versus 100 men. All right, let's see what we got. All right. All right. All right, got another question for you. All right. New poll question up, yes or no, was Deion Sanders' son cheated at the NFL draft? Yay or nay? Let me know what you think. I want to hear what you think. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean, Mike. We had work in insurance, and we had a meme about the fire. Want to hear it? It's long. I don't know. I'm not certain I understand. I might be missing it. I mean, this is the skinny of it, Chris. Absolutely. But I've heard there's a little bit more complexity to it, and I wanted to get some more information to share with you all. Hopefully, I'll have it on Thursday. By Thursday, because we have a special guest coming on Thursday for an interview. I'll tell you about that at the end of the show. Literally, somebody just texted me about that gorilla thing. That's hilarious. Appreciate you, Brian. Thank you so much for stopping through. What does Angie say here? Okay, see. A little family reunion going on back there. Always appreciate the family reunion. Chit-chatting it up. Always like that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. That is hilarious, man. I don't know where that came from. I would love to know what was the genesis of that conversation. What were y'all thinking? Sitting around here, who could win? 100 men or a gorilla? What were you thinking? What provoked that? All right, let's see. All right. I did see that. I just literally saw that right before I came on. But let me hear. I have. Oh, I did that. That was me. All right. I have a video about that. Why? All right. Let me see. I got a clip of another coach explaining the process of selecting a player. Okay. Yeah, here it goes. I will say that there is one little slight use of profanity in here, but I thought it was really interesting, especially if you've been keeping up with this whole thing with Shedeur Sanders. This is a kind of interesting conversation. So what we have right here, legendary Chris Carter goes off on Shedeur Sanders for throwing away at least $30 to $50 million in the NFL draft and makes it clear that he doesn't believe that the NFL owners colluded against him. Shedeur and his family overplayed their hand. They taught him a great lesson. Let's get going. And this is from the podcast Fully Loaded. All right, let's pull this in and let's go talk about it. Let's go. One in the chat when you can hear.
What happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
Okay, what? Okay, a lot of people think that.
Because they wouldn't be able to keep a secret like that. And
so they might do it, but they couldn't shut up about it.
They wouldn't be able to shut up about it. But every owner is very, very selfish. Now, why would I do something to my detriment? Like if I need a quarterback and I think this kid is it, what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but Shador and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously he could have done a lot better in that. Mm-hmm. A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled.
Which meeting? Like, because they said Brian DeBall, Giants coach, had said he didn't like the meeting. He asked him, he had some book, was his playbook or something he was supposed to know, and he said he felt weird about it. I don't know who else said they didn't like the meeting with him. Or were just people behind the scenes saying they did?
Well, the thing about it, they didn't draft him.
I know that.
So it's
part.
not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic. Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first round measurables, but he played football like a first rounder.
But his tape's first round tape. But his measurables are not first round measurables.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. Right now, he's working check to check, man. Like he's not going to get a big signing bonus. There's not going to be a big guarantee. Any day they want to get rid of him in the week, they can get rid of him.
He does. Don't we think Shador is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought were highly questionable for my franchise quarterback.
So like what?
When he was working out with Cam Ward, him and Cam Ward, the number one pick.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to cut a rap video together? No, I want to be known as a football player.
And he's like, what do you do for fun? He's like, I play football.
Why wouldn't you sit down with people? And something these kids never understand, even if you're a top 10 pick, you're in the NFL for a long time. Yeah. So your interview, your tape, people in the room that see you, someone can like you in the room. They might not draft you 5-10 years later, man.
You're looking for a guy, you're looking to trade, and they remember your interview.
Yes.
The interview you had.
It's a small world. This whole thing with Dion and the media and everything, like it's out of control. Like it did not help him. It helped him make money in college because he got followers, but it actually hurt him as far as him getting a job as an NFL quarterback.
You mean as Shador, his social media stuff with Shador?
Yes.
It hurt him.
Yeah. What else hurt him?
I know you've
let me tell you what he understands today.
Okay.
He ain't running shit. Okay? So let me tell you what. They taught him a great lesson.
Okay.
Like, you don't have this figured out. Your dad don't have this figured out.
Who's they? NFL,
Shador,
the world. No, who taught you? Said they taught him. I'm just curious. Like,
well, the system.
The system. Okay,
there's a system out there, man. Okay. Like you're going for a job interview. So for his job interview, he was so concerned about what his outfit was. His necklace was over $100,000. Like he hadn't even convinced people that you're the face of our franchise. Matter of fact, he had convinced people that they were better off going in a different direction, even with people who had lesser talent. That's the rub he put on the people.
If that's the case, that's a bad interview, bro.
No, it is the case. He didn't get drafted right. It's no speculation. Like, we're through the draft. We threw 3 days. He threw away at least $30 to $50 million. At least.
There you go. So I don't keep up that much with the draft, but of course, everybody's been talking about it. You can't go on Twitter. You can't go in a lot of these places and not hear about it. So I did think it was kind of interesting. So I've been on a podcast talking about it. I was on A Righteous Perspective on Monday talking about it, as well as, I just noticed quite a bit about it. And I do think there's a lot to learn from this. And hopefully young men are going to pay attention to what happened to Shador Sanders and put that into practice. Like, hey, I need to be about this thing. I need to be about this life, be about this game, rather than all the other trappings and accoutrements and distractions. Because I watched another video about him some of the women that he's been messing with. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna put yourself in a pickle, in a bind. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I want to hear what y'all think about it in the chat right here. I hear already he needs to bulk up on humble pie. There you go. Absolutely. What is going on, David? How are you? Grace and peace to you, sir. Yeah, it does sound like he has a huge. I mean, he has a huge ego. And again, I can never step up to that level and caliber of sports. So I can't say anything about his ability. But my goodness, in the morning, it's clear that they didn't want to hire you. Maybe the as he said, the measurables weren't there, and it's those people skills I think that really shut them out. So, what you got here, Blankenship? Jason, have you ever heard about Rick and Bubba? Rick's dad was a high school football coach. Rick had a son who drowned in the family pool. Rick did his own son's funeral. No, I did not hear about that. Wow, that's deep right there. I would not want to be that gentleman at all. What's going on? K9, good to see you. I'm sure having to live up to his dad didn't help with that ego. No, absolutely not. I mean, his dad, no. And his pops also added a layer of complexity to it as well. You know, Deion Sanders did add some complexity to the selection process. You know, you're going to not only get Shedeur Sanders, but you're also going to get Deion Sanders and some of the things that he brings to it and his interactions. Maybe they just didn't want that. Maybe that's not the face they wanted on the field or to represent them at all, rather. Because, I mean, he would tacitly be representing them because we know. I mean, we're talking about him now, so we know it's going to happen. All right, I'm just looking real quick, double checking, make sure that WGN has not slipped in on your boy. Anything as of yet. If not, which is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, we're good to go. Let's go. What's David say here? I went to a job interview thinking they needed me and landed flat on my butt. There you go. Yeah, they didn't need you. They didn't need him. Clearly they didn't. A team that is about trying to win and they looked past you as a potential leader of the team, aka a quarterback, that's sign enough that you didn't do well. Because owners are not in the market of just losing. Good evening, DWC and chat. Unfortunately, I don't follow sports. I heard Mr. Sanders was coming to the city, though, the Cleveland Browns. Oh, yeah, he's going to be there. I'm wondering how long he's going to be there. I hope he can do well and stay there for a while, or at least stay in the NFL for a while. But if he comes in with that attitude game that we've seen so far, it's very possible he might not be there that long. I hate it for him because I'm like, man, you have an opportunity that many, many, many would love to have, and they will never see it, but you have that opportunity. So I hope that he makes good decisions, but we'll see. The Cleveland Browns. Yeah, absolutely. Go Browns. All right.
עוד תגובות, ואני מצפה לזה כי...
Okay, let's see. All right, I'm just looking through, just double checking, make sure I ain't miss anything. All right. Y'all be watching these body cam videos? These body cam videos are crazy. I'm kind of surprised how many people are allowed to protest with other flags in the United States. It is kind of wild, man. And how much they do it too. Like, man, I'm looking at Michigan. Oh no. All right. Okay. I love Frank, but I gotta listen to it first. I will definitely encourage everybody to go listen to it, but I can't. I don't know if I can trust. I don't want to do that to my audience and stress people out and stress myself out. This is good. Yeah, I see some people, some other people talking about this gorilla and 10 men situation. It's craziness, I tell you. I like I said, I think the gorilla would win if the humans don't work together. The humans work together, the gorilla's toast. Do y'all hear? Do you hear the dangerous crew over here talking? Yeah, but for what though? I I saw that on Twitter. Wait, where did I see that? No. I saw it. Hold on. I have that link, that picture. I'm like, help me understand. What are we doing? Hold on one second. Because I have that. I sent it to somebody after that live stream I did. No, that's not it. Darn it. Where is it? Hold on. I don't understand what's the purpose of people rushing out to buy his football jersey. I don't get that. No apologies. I don't get it. I'm like, what am I missing here? Because if y'all don't go to the games, it's like a moot point. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Darn it. I had it and I sent it to somebody. I might have put it away. Here it is right here. I think this is it. No, that's not it. Okay. I had it earlier today. Maybe I just don't know what I did with it. But it was something about that. No apologies, just me. And I was like, what's the purpose of that? I don't get what's the young man hasn't done anything yet. So why are you buying his jersey? Like what are you buying his jersey for? Oh, here it is, right? I found it. Okay, okay. So it was just interesting. Let me pull this in and we can talk about it. Oh no, what I do with it? I tell you, man, I am a trip. I am my own worst enemy. Okay, I didn't pull it out of there we go. Now, okay, so this is from the wisdom of TikTok. Or no, this was probably I think this was Facebook. And it said, breaking, Shedeur Sanders fans are making history. Okay, so I don't understand how he has fans. He just got out of college. But let me digress. After the NFL disrespected Shedeur by letting him fall all the way to the 5th round, his fans are showing they ride for real. Okay, let's keep it going. Instead of supporting the NFL, fans are protesting by only buying Shedeur merch straight from his official website, putting real money directly in his pocket. So my question is, what's the purpose of that? He's going to make more money than most people that are buying his jersey. So what is the flex of me giving somebody money because they did not demonstrate, or me buying their jersey and wearing their jersey on my back when they didn't demonstrate that they should wear the jersey of the teams that didn't select them? Because you're going on the premise that teams that needed a quarterback, that wanted to win, were willing to not accept a quarterback for what? Like, help me understand the connect between I need to win, but I don't want to select a quarterback that'll help me win. I don't get it. Keep going. And guess what? It's working. Shedeur is about to make millions, and he's the only player taken outside of the 1st round to crack the top 10 in jersey sales across the entire NFL. Not a problem. But what does that benefit you? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is this a flex? Let me make this a little bit bigger just in case that people want to see it. Let's continue. Meanwhile, not even one of the other Browns picks made the list, including Dylan Gabrielle, the QB drafted ahead of Shedeur in the 3rd round. Moral of the story, real recognizes real. They tried to play Shedeur, but now he's about to run the bag up without their system. Hashtag Shedeur Sanders, hashtag protest the NFL. So if they protest it and you don't support it, they're not gonna get paid. But I digress. Shedeur season, top 10 sales, Cleveland Browns, $1 million move, jersey protest. I'm with you. I don't get this. I've never, you know already, if you rock with this channel, I don't mess with protests quite often. I don't think they're beneficial. I think they're mob crab mentality. If you want to buy his jersey, fine. But if the man didn't earn putting his name on a Giants jersey, the man didn't earn putting his name on the back of whatever team jersey, what's the purpose of you wearing the jersey? I don't get it. Now, he's going to the Cleveland Browns, but he hasn't played. He hasn't made one snap as of yet. And you're buying his jersey to rock it for what? So that he can make money, and he's already making money. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, I guess that is depriving the NFL some of their merchandising revenue. That's true, Mike, but it's very similar to the whole Target fast and the Target protest. I think people don't have a sane estimate of their overall buying power, if you will. But I mean, I could be oversimplifying it, or maybe I'm conflating, the protests at Target and the protests here. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it, but I don't think I am. I really don't. I think that this is a conflation. Like, no, if you don't buy, how many people are going to buy Browns jerseys anyway? Like, really? I'm not trying to be foul to people from Cleveland, but how many people are going to buy Browns jerseys anyway? So now they're buying Shakur Sanders. I'm just going to say Sanders jerseys. Okay, that's fine. But they weren't going to buy that many of them to start with. And the people that are probably doing this is probably not a whole lot of folk. So I just wonder, what's the point of it? I don't understand. If Tom Brady didn't go first round and he became a legend just because of his ego hurt, don't make wait. I don't understand it. Tom Brady didn't go first round and he became a legend just because his ego hurt. Don't make discrimination. Oh, I got you. I appreciate you, Widowmaker. Orphan Maker. I don't know why I said widow. Please forgive me. He has a lot of selfish pride and he needs to humble himself. That's what the overall consensus seems to be. And given the fact that the first two draft picks were black, the discrimination argument really falls on his face. And I mean, why did they pick, what's his name, Cam Wilson and Travis Hunter? Why did they pick them if they didn't want good players on the team? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, and I hate to say it, but I mean, looking at the way this gentleman has been using money already, I don't have high expectations that he's going to do a lot of smart things after this. Let's keep it going. They got that worldly world money. Yeah. Yeah, the impact is minimal. Like, that's like me saying, I'm not going to buy Nikes. Well, I got 4 people in my house. If they don't buy Nikes, trust me, Beaverton is not going to be bothered by me at all. They're not going to lose any sleep. Even if I get 40 people, 400 people, 4,000 people, they're not going to lose any sleep. Not at all. So will they though? Laura Rec, will they really? So let's just play a couple games. Let's say Sanders goes to the Browns and he really crushes it. He does a great job. He has a fantastic rookie season. Really, and by the way, he's a rookie quarterback, so he's probably not going to play that much. But let's just say he plays a lot, and he really crushes it. Well, they got those jerseys. Is he going to keep selling those jerseys year upon year that he's there? Let's go with another example. Let's say he has a rookie season. He has a horrible rookie season, plagued with injuries, or he's out, all that kind of stuff like that. What's that buying that jersey going to do? Not a thing. So I don't think either one of those, he has a great season or he has a bum season. I don't think either of those really matters, but I mean, I could be making too much of it. I could be making too light of it. All right, let's see. And this is a great point. K9 says he's going to be high maintenance and a distraction. And I think that's, now the question I'm asking is, are you talking about Dion or are you talking about his son? Because I think that is going to be a reality. And that might be part of the reason why he didn't get selected. They say, hey, man, you're going to come with too much baggage. You're going to be a problem. Plus your pops is going to be a problem. Maybe that's it. And I like Dion. I think Dion's a great motivational coach. I think he does a great job on the field, on the sideline rather. But I think he also is kind of a problem. Why does everything have to be blackity black? Lisa says, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's the game that other people play. I don't choose to play it. But I do know what you're talking about. I just don't know why they do it. Shake my head. They are here windmills to move stadium. Wait. They are here windmills to move the stadium to Brook Park so they can have a dome. It's a mess. Oh, y'all got windmills up in Cleveland? Get out of here. Domes are big though. I ain't mad. I understand domes are big. I think even the Bears are about to get a dome, if I'm not mistaken. If you're in Chicago, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the Bears getting? I know the Bears are getting a new stadium sometime soon. Aren't y'all getting a dome too? I remember it, man. That was crazy. All right, let's see. So you see what I did? You see I did there, K9? Absolutely. I think it's both of them. If he has a real talent, he will float to the top. NFL will support him. If he starts acting out and losing, it's a different story. And therein is the rub. Therein is the rub. So we'll see. I mean, I wish, like I told you in the beginning, I really hope the young man takes this as an opportunity to grow and to learn and make better decisions. And that's it. Because, I mean, as Carter said in the clip that we played, he might have lost 30 to maybe $50 million in signing bonuses and such of that nature because of his attitude and the way he presented himself. I mean, there's word on the street that he didn't do well in his interview. He didn't practice. He didn't throw well. All those kind of things like that those measurables that people look for, the owners are looking for. It doesn't look like he had them. The owner made this pick and everyone else has to deal with him. That's true. That is a true statement. Real quick, let's just double check, make sure we haven't missed anything yet on WGN in the building. They're not doing anything yet. And I don't know why my child is talking so loud. She is loud in this kitchen. Who are you talking to? Okay, I'm just looking. I don't see anything as of yet, but I'm ready, queued up, ready to go when it gets going. Sadir made more in NIL than anybody. He broke the bank. Okay, I see you, Sunshine, for one. For you, thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to talk about this after I get a little bit more information, correctional officer. All right, looks like some good conversation. I love the family reunion jumping around in the chat. I always appreciate y'all doing that, jumping in and speaking to everybody and saying what's up and everybody being all family and cordial. I love it. Let's make sure we got the screen ready. All right, so we got this queued up, ready to go. All right, and we're going to we'll start with WGN over here. All right, but they're not ready yet, so we are good to go. And I got their Facebook as well as other. Make sure I didn't miss anything. This is interesting. I don't know much about that. Also parallels LeBron and his son. As far as I know, I don't think LeBron's son is living up to the. Are you saying it really hasn't lived up to the hype factor? Shout out. Good to see you, Chrissy Law. Good to see you. All right, I'm just checking the traps, making sure nothing pops up that we didn't see coming. What's up with y'all, WGN? Man, Chicago Public Schools get in trouble again. Good gracious. Lady Luck, are you live? Are you live too, Lady Luck? Well, come on now, Prince. It's an opportunity. Come on now. Come on. It's an opportunity. A mentor told me that, look, YouTube is an opportunity. You got to take advantage of it. They're not guaranteeing me anything. They don't guarantee you nothing. Literally nothing. You have got to get out here and grind it out every day, and take advantage of the opportunities that they give you. I like that. Good stuff, sir. What's the other poll? Give me another poll question, brother. I think I got time for another. I got pull it up ready. Tell me what we're gonna do a poll on. All right. Popping and locking. We're waiting over here. I do not see anything. All right. Bang. All right. Got that. Okay. I don't see anything new. All right. So we got the Shadur out of the way. Did the WGN start somewhere else? I'm watching live, and this is called Spotlight Chicago. This is not what I want to see. What retired superhero do I look like? Probably a tired out Nick Fury with both my good eyes. There's an interview. There's a WGN is doing a report on Tiffany tonight. All right, let's see. I don't see anything new. All right, let's see. All right. I'm just checking through real quick, making sure I didn't miss anything. And I know that we are going to be looking at this right here just so y'all can see what we will be watching when this pops up.
But before she's gone,
people want to know what's next for you.
Ben Bradley adds up one last tally of how much he cost taxpayers. WGN investigates tonight at 9.
Come on, go.
Tiffany Henyard dancing out her final days in office.
Y'all painted me in a bad light, and that wasn't right.
But before she's gone,
people want to know what's next for you.
Ben Bradley adds up one last tally of how much he cost taxpayers. WGN investigates tonight at 9.
Come on, go.
Tiffany Henyard dancing out her final days in office.
Y'all painted me in a bad light, and that wasn't right.
But
You know what? Hold on. It's only 8. Thank you so much, Lynette. I literally just thought that. Like, wait, hold on. It's 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock here in Atlanta. It's not 9 o'clock there. It's 9 o'clock here. All right. And that means I have got to. All right. Y'all said that Cooking with Frank, his video was good. I might go check it out real quick. Let's just check out what Cooking with Frank was doing. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Cooking with Frank can be a little bit, he can bring the heat sometimes. He was talking about Mr. Sanders earlier since we were talking about him. Let's see what he had to say. I was totally sleeping at the switch. I totally forgot about that. Whoa, what did you say? Happy Wednesday afternoon from New Zealand. What's up, Amali? Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday to you as well. I'm Cooking with Frank, y'all. All right, I'm gonna bring in Cooking with Frank because I like Frank as well. I mess with Frank. I think he's definitely a great content creator. Let me pull this in. I know it's gonna probably be a little bit spicy, so let's see what he's got today. Okay, here it comes, Mr. Frank. Cooking with Frank. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? Smash them likes.
Absolutely.
Hit that subscribe. It's about that time, y'all. Cooking with Frank. All right, so we all know what's going on with the Shedeur Sanders situation. He was supposed to be a first-round pick, you know, according to a lot of people, according to a lot of experts. And then all of a sudden, he slides down to the 5th round and gets picked 144th, you know, by the Cleveland Browns. Now, my original feeling is, I'm still standing on that, is that Shedeur Sanders and his daddy brought this on themselves, okay? This doesn't have anything to do with racism, even though we got all these race baiters that have come back out the woodworks, and, you know, we're supposed to support Shedeur, and anytime he fails, it's racism. Or anytime it doesn't go it's his way, it's racism. No, it's not racism. I don't understand why everything has to be broken down into black and white. It was pretty obvious to me what happened. They didn't like his fucking attitude.
Yikes.
That's been said time and time again, and we're actually going to hear from Boomer Esiason, Hall of Fame quarterback, Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to tell us exactly what he learned from the people he knows on the inside. And you know Boomer Esiason probably knows every owner in the NFL. All the personnel. This dude is a Hall of Famer. He's in that fraternity. So he knows how people feel about Shedeur Sanders. So we're going to hear that. And then we're also going to hear from Gilly the Kid, who, you know, for some reason, he wanted to act like Shedeur Sanders just got publicly lynched. Yeah, his ignorant ass on camera about to damn near cry like there was a crime committed or something. The bottom line is them teams don't owe Shedeur Sanders shit, okay? He needs a job from them. You can't go into the interview acting like they need a job from you. And that's the feeling that's what I'm getting. That's what most people are saying that, you know, have talked to these NFL people, supposedly. He went in there and he didn't want to do the whiteboard activity and acted disinterested, and maybe he just didn't want to play for that team. This is all on him. This has nothing to do with race, because out of the first 60 players, wasn't 54 of them black? You can't cry racism on this one. 95% of the first round picks was actually 95% of the first 2 rounds picked were black players. Shit, if anything, the white dudes need to be crying racism. No, this is the one out of the group who he's too arrogant. They've said this about him. Now, he might not be as arrogant as his daddy, but he has some of that bullshit in him. Anytime you out there showing your watch off to the other team, you got a fucking problem. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You out there with a big thick ass gold chain around your neck under the uniform for what, man? It's unnecessary. It's okay. You young, you want to be flashy, do that shit off the field. That's that diva shit, man. You want to draw attention to himself. You know, and then another thing, his daddy has coached him everywhere he's gone.
That's a good point.
You don't know how he's going to react to another coach. We already see he's not humble. We already see he want to dictate to us where the fuck he going to go play, like the NFL needs him and not the other way around. That's why I'm surprised at these multi-million-dollar black men trying to make the shit like some damn lynching or something. And the bottom line, I said originally, he just didn't look that fucking good to me. Wasn't nothing special about Shedeur Sanders. I've seen special quarterbacks. He ain't Michael Vick. He ain't Vince Young from Texas. He ain't Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football. Hell no, he ain't none of them dudes, man. And I seen that just by watching him play a few times. He did not inherit his father's speed. He's not a very big quarterback, about 6 foot, give or take an inch. Doesn't have the strongest arm, holds the ball too long. Now, the one good thing, he is accurate. All right, so he could be a good quarterback one day, but it's not a given. It's not a given, and nobody want that fucking clown show around their team. You gonna probably be a backup quarterback, and we got to deal with your daddy and shit. And I was talking to my boy last night. I told him, don't put it past Dion to try to go get the head coach position wherever his son lands up. He's a disruptor like that. He'd try to go wherever the fuck Shador's at and try to get a head coaching position, causing problems and shit amongst the team. Yeah, another dude I'm disappointed in, man, Willie D, man. I like Willie D, but man, let's be honest, man. Willie D, you know, from the Ghetto Boys, you know, Willie D Live, man. I watch his shit sometime, man, but a lot of times he be race baiting too, man. Yeah, he always got some content where somebody white that did something wrong to somebody black. I'm like, damn, man, is this the type of shit you want to go look for every day on the internet? It's enough people doing that shit. You got Dr. Rashard Ritchie, Roland Martin, man, shit. Yeah. Every day they find out with somebody white that has disparaged a black person. It could be a cop. It could be a teacher. It could be some high school kids. It could be some people in the fucking nursing home. If you white and you do something wrong to somebody black, Rashard Ritchie, Roland Martin, and Willie D is going to find your ass.
Facts.
I promise you they will. But then let's turn it on the other side. When somebody black does something fucked up to somebody white, you know, like the Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation. Yeah, this is how Willie D feel about that. Yeah, we know what's going on with old Willie. You know, and that ain't to say I hate Willie D or nothing like that, man. I watch his show plenty of time, but he does a lot of race baiting, man. A lot of it, man. And another show that I enjoy watching, I watch Cam and Mace. It is what it is. Now, I don't watch every episode, you know, because sometimes the subject matter, I really don't want to hear from them. Football is actually one of them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they chimed in on the Shador Sanders, and I didn't agree with what Mace said. At the end of his statement, he said he don't think white people should troll black people. Now, do I think white people should say racist things to black people online? Of course not. Same with black people. We shouldn't say racist things to white people online. But the idea of somebody white not being able to crack a joke on you just because you... I mean, I hope that's not where he was going with that shit. Because that shit sounded completely one-sided, some old crybaby shit. Because you white, you can't crack a joke on somebody black online, you know? Especially if it's not some racial shit. Trolling can come anyway. I get trolls in my comment section saying dumb shit every video. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I didn't agree with Mace's take. You know, y'all go check that out on their channel. But I didn't agree with Cam and Mace. Cam talking about it's just like Archie Manning and the Eli Manning New York Giants situation. No, it's not.
Totally different.
Twitter and X wasn't around then, guy. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as popular. They got backlash from that shit. But today, as we see, just like with LeBron James and Michael Jordan comparisons, it was a lot of people that hated Michael Jordan back in the day. But there was no Twitter, no X. You didn't have to hear everybody's fucking 2 cents. That's the difference. And then on top of that, Eli Manning was better than Shador Sanders anyway. That's the shit nobody want to talk about. His ass ain't that damn good. And then the worst person to chime in on the Shador Sanders situation is this brother right here.
To all my folks out there, right? I just want y'all to know that when you're a black man in America, right, sometimes you get reminders. You know what I mean? As a successful black man in America, I often get reminders. And in the Shador Sanders situation, this is just a reminder that you can do everything right in life. You can come from a good family. You could be a good student. You could be a God-fearing kid. You could be a hard worker. You could beat the odds. Your dad could be a Hall of Fame player, and you can beat the odds because not too many Hall of Fame players have good kids. So you can beat the odds. You can beat, he ain't his daddy. You can beat all of that growing up. But you still get a reminder that you just a man.
Man, get out of here.
That's it. You just, we sitting here looking at a public execution going on right in front of our eyes.
The boy shut
where it's like,
up.
We just got to remind you that you just a
Man, that is some of the worst. That is some of the most pathetic shit I have ever heard in my life. Now, this man is worth what? 20, 30, 40 million dollars? I don't know. Tens of millions of dollars. And he's telling us that every now and then, as a successful black man, someone reminds him that he's just a nigga. How do you get these reminders, bro? Do they just call and prank call you, or do they mail you a letter? Do they put it on your front door or something? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's that, could be that invisible white man. Now, hey, it's always been a suspected invisible white man that is holding a lot of black people back. I don't know how he does this shit, but somehow he manages to do it. His name is Dwight, but we're going to get back to that in a minute. Gilly is, man, this is ridiculous. And he ain't the only one, man. All these multimillionaire cats out here acting like this boy done got hung in the town square or some shit. Y'all know his ass is arrogant. He done came from his daddy. Now, he ain't quite as arrogant as his daddy, I don't think. But people have their opinions of him, man. What happened to him should just be a learning lesson. He has an opportunity that a lot of people still don't get in life. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that Gilly did, man, I'm just touch back on this. When anybody starts a sentence off, it says, as a black man in America, or as a black man, I'm going to stop listening to y'all ass.
I don't listen.
You know what I'm saying? What kind of fucking disclaimer does that put on anything? As a black man in America, what? You a black man in America?
Facts.
Or you going to get these reminder calls to, tell you every now and then that you're just a nigga? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I've never gotten that call. Now, I don't have $20 million. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody who has 20, 30, 40 million dollars. But out of all the people that I do know, my friends, people that I've known all my life, that shit has never happened to them one time. And these ain't all broke friends. No, we didn't have some nice stuff. Yeah, don't get me wrong. We just wasn't filthy rich, but, we drew some attention. I never got that reminder call that I'm just a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes don't realize when you continue to speak on this bullshit and keep on playing the victim, you give more power to the white supremacists. You put them on a pedestal.
Yes, come on.
I would hate to have to go to war with you motherfuckers backing me up. Shit. Dwight had y'all ass shook. Yeah, the white man that's holding all the black people back. The white man that you blame even when you know you fucked up. Yeah, we know racism exists. Is that an excuse to play like a fucking victim all the time? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So now we're going to hear from Boomer Esiason. For those of y'all that don't know football or whatever, he was a quarterback, back in the day in Cincinnati.
In the 80s, right? Very good
quarterback, lefty. You know what I'm saying? He could sling the ball. You know what I'm saying? Boomer was real good. That was back in the days of Joe Montana and whatnot. But anyway, let's hear from Boomer, because he's actually someone who knows these owners and these team personnel in the NFL. And this is what they had to say about Shedeur Sanders. Now, I'm more inclined to believe Boomer over some crying ass ex-rapper and shit, thinking everything is a damn slave story or some shit. Let's listen to Boomer, and then I'm going to come back and wrap it up.
They took him off, and they took him off because the owner said take him off. I don't want that guy. Shedeur Sanders just torpedoed himself. His attitude off the field at the combine, his dad didn't help him either. He was on podcast talking about, this is my son. If I can get him to where I want to get him to, I'm going to do that. But, when you listen to this kid talk right prior or at the combine about if you want a new culture in your locker room, I'm the guy to do that. I can turn it around. I mean, he's very high on himself. And I think he was very off-putting to many, many coaches and general managers in the league. And I'm telling you right now, and I know this after talking to 3 different personnel people in the NFL this weekend, they didn't even have him on their board. They took him off. And they took him off because the owner said take him off.
All right, that's another Hall of Famer besides Chris Carter. that says Shador has attitude problems, and they were not pleased with what they heard in the interview. And after all, I keep saying Shador is the one that's looking for a job, not the NFL owners. They're already billionaires. You're supposed to put your best foot forward. Now, no, that doesn't mean you have to act like a damn pickaninny or a sellout or anything. You can be yourself. Hell, Cam Ward got drafted #1. He seems pretty genuine. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want you coming in there acting like you running shit. Like you going to tell us where the fuck you going to play. And you haven't thrown the ball in our league one time. That's all this is about, man. We got to cut this victim mentality bullshit out, man. Period. Like I said, 95% of the players that was picked in the first 2 rounds are black, and y'all want to cry about racism. No, man. Sometimes it's time to pipe that arrogant shit down, dog. The league don't revolve around you, Shador, or your daddy.
Really?
That's all they telling you. We run this shit. This is their business. You want to run the shit how you want to run it? You and your daddy go start another league then. Nobody wants that clown show around their team, especially when the talent doesn't, weigh as much as the bullshit around it. I mean, if you was Michael Vick, then maybe they'd put up with this shit. Maybe if you was Vince Young or Johnny Manziel, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they'd put up with this shit. But obviously you're not that. And they was willing to pass on you and play games with your ass just to teach you a lesson. This is a privilege, bro. It's not a given. Like I said, there's been players way better than him in college that didn't amount to anything in the pros for whatever reason. What's wrong with being humble, man? What's wrong with going up in that boy in a nice tailored suit and going to the whiteboard and showing them you know what the fuck you doing? You want me to give you $30-40 million and you don't even want to take time to show me what you doing? That you know what you're doing? Man, get your ass up out of my office. That's exactly what I would have told him. And don't come back.
You said don't come back.
Out there wearing New York Giants shoes. They ain't told you shit.
Oh,
they didn't tell you they was picking you. That's your daddy. Thinking he could put some narrative out there. Well, he tried, but it backfired in a major way. Yeah, all that flashy, cocky, arrogant shit, it backfired on y'all. Because none of the other brothers in the draft have any problem with where they were drafted. Hell, there's an All-American down at Miami, a slot back, a Hispanic guy. He didn't even get drafted, and he was an All-American. So to make this shit out like it's some crime of the century, man, miss me with that shit. He was handed a little more adversity than he should have got because of the arrogance and the entitlement and shit like that. And he still has an opportunity, to go out there and prove that he's great. Prove that you're legendary, because we ain't fucking taking your word for it. Your daddy proved that he was legendary on the field. You have proven nothing. This is crazy, man. Every damn time something happened to somebody black, we got the race baiters coming out. Now the NFL is racist. Okay, we already know there are racist people within the NFL organization. We already know that. They have been there and they will always be there. But when you're asking them for a job, you play the part. They're not going to let you tell them what the fuck to do, especially when you're just a B+ talent. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Smash them likes. Hit that subscribe. I'll be back in a minute.
Shout out to Frank. Yo, I do apologize. I know some people may have been were turned off by the language. Frank be getting it in. I know, but I just wanted to give another perspective. And Frank has a good perspective. He does let's just say his perspective is well seasoned. So I appreciate y'all putting up with that. But I think there was a lot there that could be extracted from there, and maybe it gave you a little something to talk about next time you're at the water cooler and somebody says that the NFL is a horrible bunch of people. You can say, hey man, that young blood didn't come in there doing what he was supposed to be doing. That young guy did not come in there and show himself. Because again, the idea that this is a job interview, that right there, I forgot about that. Like, yo, you're coming to these people asking for a job. And when you really boil it down to it, that's all that this is. And so the more humble, the better presenting you are, the more likely you are to get the job. I mean, it really is that. Hey, Robinson, real quick. Are y'all real quick, Robinson, in Chicago, are the Bears moving to a dome or are they gonna do an outdoor stadium again? Real quick. Are the Bears moving to a dome or an outdoor stadium? I know they're moving from Soldiers. And I was wondering, the dome seems to be the go-to thing now. I mean, we've had a dome here in Georgia for some time, and we just built a new one 2 or 3, 4 years ago. I don't remember when. So I was just wondering, is Chicago building one for the Bears? Very seasonal, everyone. Oh wait, very seasoned. But yeah, my Chicago people, are the Bears building a new state? Are they building a dome or just another? I'm pretty sure it's going to probably be a dome. Iceman said he can join the lingerie league. I think, sadly, I'm going to put the onus on the problem, in my opinion, is Dion. Dion is misunderstanding the day and age they're currently in and recognizing that as much as you want to coach your son, as much as you want to support your child, they're going to have to go out there and do that themselves. Like I'm about to have to let mine go in 90 days. She's about to go to college. I got to let it happen. So definitely a dome. We've never had a Super Bowl. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to y'all. Get y'all a dome. And hopefully y'all will get a Super Bowl real soon. I think we have one coming. I think we have the one in 2028. I think. I might be wrong, but shout out to him. Shout out to him. I know we've already had one, but since we've built that new dome, but shout out to him. Thank you so much, Apollonia. I appreciate you. So if you guys are tapping in, I mistakenly started the stream too early, but that's cool. So the WGN interview and expose on Tiffany Henyard starts at 10 o'clock Atlanta time, 9 o'clock Chicago time. I had the times wrong. That's what it's called. Is it called Brook Park? Is that the racetrack, the old racetrack? Yeah, Iceman, I'm right there. And I'm wondering if Deion is impeding his son from doing that. But I mean, I like Deion Sanders. I think Deion Sanders is a pretty cool cat. It's just in this regard, I think he needs to stand down, in my opinion. Just stand down, Deion. Stand down. I do want to say thank you so much to Purple Marie for the $5 super. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you everybody who's helped me get closer to my goal. My goal was to hit 50,000 by the end of the month. I'm not there, but I do appreciate that y'all have been rocking with me. Thank you so much for liking the videos, for tapping in and all that kind of good jazz like that. It means a lot. I'm glad you're finding value over here at DWC. I appreciate you. So thank you so much. And again, thank you, Purple Marie, for the $5 super for sure. For sure. Mm. Okay, I see. I'm just looking to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Oh, there's some craziness out here in this interwebs. Oh, while we doing this, let's real quick. If you're interested, I have started another channel. I've started a second channel. What's the second channel about, Jason? I'm glad you asked. It is a goal channel. I have 3 goals that I've been striving. I really got to get dialed in. So I'm doing a daily vlog every day, updating where I am on these goals. So what are these goals? I'm glad you asked. First goal is reading a book a week. And I've been doing that pretty consistently. So that one is kind of easy. I just picked up a new book today, The Crucifixion by Martin Hengel. And I read a book a week. My second goal is to hit a certain monetary threshold on YouTube every month. I'm nowhere near that. So this is definitely a stretch goal, like a long stretch goal. I got to really work hard at it. So I'll be giving you updates on things I'm changing, adjustments I've made. I've sat down with a YouTube mentor this past weekend, gave me lots of good cues on what I need to do to the channel. So I'll be sharing that. And then lastly is to slim down to a good fighting weight. So you'll be seeing me do my workouts. I'm talking about my eating habits, how am I sleeping, of course, my water consumption, all that kind of stuff like that. So if you're interested in it, I'm going to just drop the link down in the chat. You're welcome to come check me out. It's just a daily vlog. I just do a quick live stream. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes less minutes. It's not super long at all. And I just dropped it here in the chat for you. If you want to check out what I'm doing over there. They're all, like I said, they're all pretty short and to the point. And I just thought it would be a good way to hold myself accountable. So every day I do a vlog. Every day I do an update on it. And so far, so good. All right, so my workout through the whole thing. I already did my workout for the day today. And I'll probably be up early in the morning catching another one, of course. So check me out over there. That's my daily goal update vlog, and they're live. So if you go over to the channel right now, you might not see anything on the channel. Just go into the live tab. Shout out to Annie RN, is a new member joining the DWC gang. Thank you so much for joining. Grace and PC. What's going on, Mike, over there at White Label Consulting? Good to see you, brother. Grace and peace to you, friend. Apollonia says, you telling me to crash out takes pictures of buildings, but not of mauling dogs? Nope, she doesn't. Nope. No, road tripping is right on the money. Americans, whites, blacks, and anything else need to stop infighting because China and other countries are exploiting our differences. I like how you use the differences in quotation marks. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. What's going on, President Not Perfect? Good to see you, friend. Thank you for stopping through. So Robinson says nothing is finalized on the Bear Stadium or Dome. Okay, cool. Thank you. But welcome, y'all. Welcome. So for those people that, again, are just tapping in, I was a little bit early on the WGN expose on Tiffany Henyard. I made a mistake. I was looking at Georgia time, and it was actually Chicago time. So we got about 30 minutes, give or take. I appreciate y'all for real tapping in. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, by the way. I really appreciate it. Mike is gifting memberships out here. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate y'all. Whoever has been received that gift from Mike, make sure you say thank you. Let them know we appreciate them. Thank you so much, Mike, for gifting the membership. You didn't have to do it. I appreciate that you did, though. Thank you. If you did receive it, say thank you to Brother Mike. We appreciate you, man. All right, rocking and popping over here. Yo, these animated cartoons are savage. These Pixar cartoons, you've seen them. You've seen them. The one with Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams and Monique. Yeah, those are wild. I like them, though. All right, what we got here? Looks like good. So look at we moving and grooving here. All right. Uh-oh, who getting a timeout? Uh-oh, somebody getting a timeout? Chrissy timing them out? Who you timing out? Who gets a 0-second timeout? Let me do it right now. Tell me who it is. Who is it? By the way, if you want to drop an email to management, please make sure you do that. dearwokec@gmail.com. Whoever's on timeout, Chrissy, they're on 0-second timeout. They're out. We got them taken care of. We got them. All right, let's see. Oh, I got timeout. Oh man. Hey, what's going on there, friend? What's happening? Lady Luck Club, how are you? I was just too early. Sadness. All right. Okay, what is First Lady Brown said? What she said? Hey, DWC in chat. I called Cassie Pearl, but not to ask questions about Dalton. I was going to tell her they are hiring at the Illinois prison for warden. You are out of control. You're out of control. And hey, she would probably make a good prison warden. That 4% video is someone called her. How was she watching the dog? She must live there. Plays neighborhood. I'm sure she probably does. Orphan Maker. I'm going to go on a limb and say the story was just made up. It's just like your toddler or your adolescent coming to try to lie to you and tell you a story. I watched a body cam today. This young lady, they were basically house squatters and they were trying to lie their way out of it. It was so bad. And it just kept like going like, okay, just stop lying. Just stop. Now that one would be fun. And there's no cursing in it either. That one would be fun because there's just so many instances like you're just lying. Stop it. Just stop. You're lying. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it in. We might watch. I think it was 20 minutes. So I think we have time to watch it, possibly. All right. So it was a young lady. Here it is. It's 26 minutes. That might be right up to the limit. I might have to watch it a little fast. Y'all want to watch it real quick? One in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, please. Yeah, I'm gonna speed up just a little bit. Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, cool. All right, let's bring this in. It was just an interesting shout out to everybody in the chat. Here we go. Let's go.
4. Officers responded to a call about a burglary at a vacant rental property.
So what's going on?
That's our property. This home is supposed to be vacant. So we just need them ejected out of the home and have them trespassed, arrested, whatever we need to do.
What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to move your truck down over to where that blue vehicle is so you're out of the way of everything we need to do. Absolutely. All right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I'm gonna be right
Victims willing to press charges.
You just wave me.
Yep, I got you. Give me 2 at the front door and then another one in the rear.
I'm going 97.
Sir.
There's already one back there, so yeah, we already got a guy back there. No, go back there and each hold a corner. Yeah. Santana, come over here. All right, ready? Want to come up?
Police!
Come out. Now, everybody out. Step out now. Let's go. Step out.
Keep walking.
Step out. Step out. Can you handcuff her?
Whoa. Can we not talk?
No.
I live here.
No.
Anybody else in there? Come on.
Step out. Hands in the air. Walk this way.
Is anybody else in there?
Step out. Come on.
What's going on?
Everything will be explained later.
We are not talking.
Don't move, okay? Who's got an extra set of cuffs? Don't move. Put this thing on top of your head.
Can we talk?
We go talk now. Just give me a minute.
Can we talk?
No,
Please?
Can you give me a minute?
All right, my bad, my bad. All right.
Just calm down. We're gonna
All
talk.
right. I'm just saying, my dirty guy's like, come on. What's going on, bro?
All right, take in. Yep. You're coming in.
What are you inside this house?
We freaking paid for it Monday, $4,800.
You just have a seat right here.
Come on, I have a whole lease inside. The lease is right there on the dang thing.
The lease is inside the house?
Yes. We paid $4,800 Monday. A guy came today. He freaked the code.
Hey, just I know you.
Okay.
We could talk, but
Notice he said the guy came today. Remember that
he's
story.
saying there's a lease inside the house.
He said the guy came today. Remember that.
I got it.
What's that? Lease?
Probably.
Interesting.
They signed it yesterday.
Yeah.
I have a lease. I paid money. Like I did everything I was supposed to do correctly.
Okay. So listen, we're gonna figure it out. All right. We got the lease there. We're gonna try to all this scrum. We're gonna clear. All right. So just work with me, work with us, and you'll be fine.
Sir, you can come on down.
Could be one of those lease things.
So I get scammed.
Shout out to Mike.
Okay. So it looks like somebody set up a fake lease, and these people unfortunately fell victim to it.
Yep. Seems like one of those fake lease fraud things. We see that a lot in Echo.
Man, that's
With Echo,
scary.
those leases, fake lease things.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner would show up like, yo, what the hell? Like, yo, like, we got a lease here from this person. Like, that was my realtor. Like, what?
But how do they get access to the lockbox?
That's a good question.
It's electronically signed as well. So.
Yeah, no, that's no.
It even says Innovation Home on it.
That lady got a code at 4 o'clock in the morning to get into this home.
4 in the morning?
At 4 in the morning, and they tried several times to open the door. We literally haven't even been here for like 5 hours. We literally just moved in. Lease and everything. We signed a lease and did everything. I don't know. I ain't do nothing wrong. I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Who's is Ruiz not taking this, or is he just?
No, he said no.
He's not taking it. Okay. Who's primary?
Like,
okay. Fake lease.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving regardless of what happens, and I'm just gonna find out who they are and what their involvement is. This shit was signed yesterday.
Yeah.
And they just had people in here on the 9th, so this is a super quick turnaround.
All right, man. I'm gonna read you something, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You understand? So we get a call. Somebody was breaking inside his house. We don't know nothing about that, and to that point, that's what we know. So that's why there's a lot of us here because that's what we get. All right?
I don't know the reason.
Hey, I don't know you. You don't know me, so I don't know nothing about it. All right? Who are these gentlemen that you're here with?
My boyfriend and the other is my boyfriend's brother.
Boyfriend, okay.
How did you get access to that?
We had a code. We had someone text us the code, and we had given them $4,800 for the
Somebody text you the code.
Yes, they just text me because I don't have a service phone right now.
Text
So I just sent him through the text number, and he gave me the code for it, and we came in, and he said we were good to go, and those were these papers.
Okay.
I think you're the one that signed these?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say if we had evidence that shows that you accessed their system to gain a code at least 4 times? What would you say about that?
Yes, we did do that because we kept on getting locked out from the code. So we asked them. They said go through the invitation homes to get the code.
Who
We
said
can't
that?
get. I think his name was like started with a D. It was like an Indian accent guy. We never met him.
Okay. Do you have proof that you sent this guy money?
It was through cash.
It was through cash. And where did you give this person cash at?
We found him on Facebook. I'm pretty sure, and he gave us the email, like the mail address, and we sent it to him.
So you mailed a stranger cash that you never met, and then you couldn't get access to a home that's done by a company. How did where happened to the original door handle and all that stuff? Where'd that go?
I don't know. I had left to go get my stuff, and then the door handle was gone.
So who took it?
I don't know.
You should. Your name's on the paperwork, not anybody else's here.
Yes, I do understand that, but I had left to go get the rest of my stuff before, and then I came back and I noticed the doorknob was different, and I didn't think anything of it.
You didn't bother to talk to anybody about that? On why that would
They
be?
just came and did it because they didn't want people to access it after the weekend.
How'd you get the cash?
I had gotten it from my parents.
So your parents gave you cash. And where are your parents?
That's my mom.
How did you get the cash from your parents?
They had direct deposit and then I cashed it out.
Okay, so they put money in your bank?
Yes.
And then you took money out of your account to send the money cash to this person?
Yeah.
Can you prove that?
I can try and find it in my bank statements.
Okay. And how would we do that?
I have a bank, maybe that one. I have the online banking.
Okay.
You have communication between you and the guy who sent money to?
Yes, I have on the text me.
Text me?
It's either text me or text now. I don't remember. There's two different apps. I do know that.
Did you not think that was suspicious?
I had downloaded the app.
Anybody can set up a text me or a text now. It can be anybody. It is a service that you can be anonymous on and set up whatever. So, when did you start moving in?
I started moving in about 2 days ago.
How much? 3?
2.
2?
Yeah.
So at least was signed yesterday. How did you move in 2 days ago? Don't you think that's suspicious? It says right there,
Yeah.
4/11. Today's the 12th, and you moved in a day before you started to sign your lease.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
seems
they said
suspicious to
we
me.
Just go ahead and start moving in, and we'll sign the lease later. I was like, okay, sounds good.
Wow.
Okay. So how can we get you to get this access to your account to prove that you got money out?
I can find it through my transaction on the.
All right. Well, let's work on that real quick. I'm gonna uncuff you. Don't go anywhere. Do anything stupid. Okay.
I mean, she's just looking right in the face, saying this.
Yeah. All right. I need you to find it.
Use your phone.
Whose are these?
Yes. You free right now?
Yeah.
If my pizza comes, he's gonna pull up here.
You order pizza?
Yeah, pizza pie.
Oh, you just
pull up.
how many you order? How many pies?
I ordered dinner box.
Oh, dinner box? Like, that's how many are there? 1, 2. That's not enough for us. That's enough for us.
Hell no.
Wait till they start.
When did you withdraw the money?
Wait till they start interviewing the brother.
Honestly, I can't find it.
Remember how many days ago?
No.
You know?
I'm going through it every day trying to find it.
Because you're lying.
I cannot find it. I'm already in March 7th.
Okay, so you don't know. You tell me your account doesn't show the withdrawal of how much money?
It was supposed to be 4,800.
4,800, but it doesn't show it at all.
You can look too.
What about the communication between you and the guy who sold you the house?
It's on the text screen. Here you go. This is part of the conversation, and then the other part is on my boyfriend's phone.
Man, you just
This is communication between her and the guy who sent her the lease, right? Who sent her this is the person sent her the lease. Okay. So with the bank statement, she can't. Why? Just show it.
I was looking for. I even got March 7th, and I still couldn't find it.
Okay. Here's the deal. Right now you have nothing to prove other than this, which doesn't prove anything for me that you didn't just concoct this scheme and that you're trying to fraudulently enter your live here. You have nothing. Your homeboy over there is wanted for burglary, which probably falls in the line of something like this. So you want to tell me what's really going on before this gets even more serious? Because it's already pretty serious. So why don't you tell me the truth instead of trying to come up with all this stuff? Because if that was done yesterday, it doesn't fall in line with what you're talking about. Oh, I moved in 3 days ago. So what's really going on here? And what's your involvement?
So I had just gotten evicted from my apartment that I had, so I had to quickly try and find a spot where I was going to be homeless. My boyfriend and his brother was helping me out. They started texting, like Facebook Market, trying to find homes in there. And then this one guy hit us up about this house, that house right there. His name was like, it was some Indian name, started with D. I don't know how to pronounce it. But he said that the house was still available and that he just needed the first month's rent and then the last month's rent to be able to get the house and we can go in. He gave us the code and then said we were good to go.
But again, I have you accessing this house 4 times.
Yes.
Or trying to get codes 4 times, one at 4 in the morning, all the way up to, I think, 9 in the morning yesterday. So again, these are not adding up if he's providing you with a code.
He provided me with one code and then we had to leave to go grab our stuff. And then we texted him and asked him for the code again. And he said to go to the invitation homes.
When did he provide you with this code?
It was,
Is it on any message?
it's on my boyfriend's messages.
It's on your boyfriend's message.
Yes, through the text now because we all don't have service right now.
I going to find this on his phone, or is this going to be another rabbit hole that you're making me go down before we get to the truth?
No, it should be on his phone. It should be the same number as what's on that phone.
All right. Okay. Stand by.
Bless her
I've never
heart.
been in trouble with the police. That's on some prison.
That's gonna change tonight, baby.
Since October.
October. Frenchie Bulldog.
Right? Because everybody always wants to walk their dogs or sleep or do something random when we're out here. I had somebody step out one day, sleep in the driveway. And I got down towards the street too, like towards over here. Like, you know, damn, you never sweep that. Like, what are you doing? And all of a sudden, they want to be sweeping stuff. It's down the street. Like, yours funny. Like, so we gonna lose their mind when they see this.
Yep. What are they like trying to do? Huh? What are they trying to figure out? That true? I don't know.
Would you mind writing down your story on a piece of paper, a small written statement stating what all transpired, how you found out about the house, how you essentially paid for the house?
Huh? We're investigating.
She said she mailed $4,800 cash. That's wild.
Nothing violence? Okay.
Put your name right here in this grid line. Then below that, write down how this all transpired. If this is all true, go ahead and sign here in this grid box.
Yo, oh my God. Yo, her favorite Jamie Oliver. Done.
So what's going on, man? What happened here?
It's exactly what's going on. I paid money Monday with my girlfriend. You know, $4,800. I moved in today. Guy came, he unlocked the door for us. I signed a lease. I got the lease right there that you guys got. And boom. We were literally.
Who came and unlocked the door?
Guy we've been talking to for the lease, for this crib right here. From
Really?
Zillow on Marketplace.
Okay. How did you pay this guy?
In person.
How?
Cash.
That's very strange. You know why that's strange? You have a problem with lying. And you got 3 different people. So your girlfriend said that she mailed the money to the guy and has never met him. Why is her story completely different from yours?
It's literally
because you're lying.
Came in person.
Nope. Did you?
We met him today. We moved in today. We were here only for 5 hours before y'all came.
So how did you find this house?
I just told you, Facebook Marketplace, Zillow.
Zillow?
Zillow, Facebook Marketplace.
Okay. You know, those are 2 different companies, right?
That's where Marketplace, it had it on Marketplace. The link sent to Zillow.
So what does this guy look like?
Huh?
What the guy look like?
How do you look over there? You look younger though.
Who?
Not a guy in the green shirt.
The guy in the green shirt?
You look Spanish, same color, same complexion, just like him, but a little skinnier, younger.
Okay, so you're going to stick by your story that a guy came and unlocked. He came today and unlocked the door.
Yes, he called.
All right. Have you been in this house previous to when he came in today? So why is your girl's story completely different?
What do you mean completely
I just told you what she said.
Can you repeat what
She said you guys handled this all through text now, which allegedly is on your phone, to get the code to get in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's exactly what happened. We couldn't get into the crib though. She came 2 days. Okay, bread Monday, he came 2 days.
And just magically let you in.
He had to, I don't know.
She said you guys moved in yesterday. I'm sorry, she said you moved in 2 days ago. Yes, 2 days ago. The lease was signed yesterday.
Into this place 2-3 days ago.
Okay, your stories are not adding up though. It's not matching at all. It's not driving. She didn't say anything about meeting anybody here. She said that she paid him through the mail. It was sent via mail.
That's what it is. He came here today. She sent bread. She came here today. See, we were both.
No, you said you paid him in person. You literally told me that. You know everything's on camera, right? You literally said you paid him in person when he unlocked the door.
I said I paid him one day. I never said it worse.
No, you didn't.
I did not say right here.
You changed it.
No, I did not.
You changed
say that.
it.
I did not say that.
Okay.
You're funny for trying to that.
How did you pay this guy?
In person.
Listen, your story's full of shit. That's all I'm going to say, all right? It's not adding up.
Lease
It's not
is
adding
right
up. The lease, are you kidding me? I can go online right now and print that out and give you a bullshit lease right now.
Then do that.
I don't need to do that. I'm just saying that means nothing to me.
Exactly. That feels like, I don't know.
Where'd the cash come from?
I don't know. Us.
Who's us?
Me and my girlfriend.
Okay. Where did it come from?
From
You had it?
working-wise.
You had it the whole time?
Working-wise.
Again, she told us that she got it from her parents. So, any more lies?
She's
Any more lies?
a
Do you wanna
20-year-old
tell?
woman,
Or do you want to like?
and she's
What? She
scared
has no
of.
reason to lie to us.
She's scared of every one of y'all.
Oh, that's it.
Pointing guns at her.
Okay. She's up. She's not even cuffed anymore. She's totally fine. She told the story.
But I'm pretty sure she 100%. I know that's my girlfriend. 100%. She's scared.
Okay, but scared to make up stories? The only thing she has to do is tell us the truth, and she's saying that she's telling us the truth, which is not obviously true.
She's telling the truth.
Then you're not.
I'm telling the truth too.
Okay, well, you both can't have two different stories and they both be the truth. It doesn't work. It's not how life works. So, nice try.
Everything she says, she's telling the truth.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm not lying either.
So that doesn't make any sense. You understand that, right?
I do understand, but I'm telling you, I'm not lying either. She's telling the truth.
Okay. All right.
Look at the Elvis we got right here, Sarge.
Turn on. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands together like your brain. All right. Turn on. I'm gonna give you the last opportunity to come clean. Your boyfriend, completely different. Not one thing that you said, that you told us, matches. Not one thing. Not lying to you at all. He came up with a completely different story on how you guys came to be in this house. So, and he says that you're not lying, but he's not lying. And obviously that doesn't work, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
So, how did you pay?
So he said we don't have to pay until the 16th because I don't get paid to the 16th.
So you haven't paid anything?
No, not yet. And he said that we don't have to pay until the 16th.
Okay.
Because he was trying to work with me.
Okay. Why did you come up with this whole other story then?
Because I didn't want to get in trouble.
But that doesn't make any sense. If you didn't want to get in trouble, why wouldn't you just tell me the truth? Why wouldn't you come up with a story? Like, tell me what really happened. Lying to me is going to get you in trouble. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this guy allegedly texted you a code to get in initially, and then said go through the homes.
Yeah.
You did this through Zillow?
Yes, it was through Zillow. He contacted me. Like, I put the application in through Zillow, requested to apply. I was like, when would you like to apply? I put in that information, the phone number. And then he texted me through the phone number.
It's suspicious to me because that doesn't work like that. You can't just put homes in Zillow and then put like fake numbers. Like it gets put in by the company or the realtor. So I know this because I'm also a realtor. You can't just do this. It's impossible. So I'm having a hard time believing that you received the number from somebody from Zillow. Because it would come back to the realtor assigned to this house.
It just said, thank you for inquiring about this address. It is still available.
Okay.
And I was like, and I saw the address. I was like, oh, okay, that's the place I applied to. So I texted him back.
All right. Can you prove any of this? Is there any proof that what you're telling me is true?
It's all on the phone. That's the only thing. They didn't do it off my phone originally. Because I was trying to
So
find
what did you show us? What was that?
That was me trying to get a hold of him because he stopped replying to my
Because
boyfriend.
that looks like Facebook.
That was through text now.
That was text now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You're being placed under arrest. Okay? Do you understand? I don't believe anything you're saying. You've already lied once. Now you're lying again.
Nothing.
Okay? And you're not even out any money on it. So I would just let people stay without paying, especially renting. That's like guaranteed. You pay first month's, last month's rent. So I don't believe a word you're saying. I think that you try to get in here fraudulently, and I don't think it's your first rodeo, and it is what it is. Actions have consequences. So it's not this way. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke us or stick us?
I just have a vape in my pocket.
Okay. When we get over here, we'll deal with that.
Your friend who owns the car is out of town?
Yes, she,
What about the dog?
that's my dog.
Who has the keys to the car?
It's in the house.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anybody that can come pick up the dog?
No, because my family doesn't know car.
All right, man. You see there's nothing in the car right now, right? You got nothing on you? No. We get over to the jail, it's going to be a higher charge, okay? I'm just letting you know, right? Nothing's in here right now. Anything else on you? You get to over there, you're going to get charged for it, all right?
All right. So I just thought that was wild, man. Just somebody constantly lying. Thank you, Road Trip In, for the $10 super. What do you think about Jed getting thrown out of a Flint church? I mean, not taking a seat and holding a megaphone and live streaming camera isn't really the best thing. AK Cole did a 10-minute expose. I have to admit, I don't know what all happened. So I'm going to take your word for it. I'll look into it. I try to leave church. You know, my stance has been church should be apolitical, should not be a protest location. But that's just my stance on it. But I do appreciate you so much for the very kind, very gracious $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother. Let me real quick. I don't see anything on WGN as of yet. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not missing it. They have not started yet, but I'm ready. I'm ready over here. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I don't know where they were, but man, that young lady was lying, man. She was not blinking. She was telling them right there, like, look, this is what happened. And she was not truthful at all. Bless her heart. All right. Just double checking real quick. I do not see anything as of yet. It is 10 o'clock Atlanta time, 9 o'clock in Chicago. This should be popping on now, I would assume. And I'm assuming it's going to be on WGNTV.com. I am watching and waiting. Let's bring it up for y'all as well. All right. Yeah, she definitely she's not new to this being dishonest, that's for sure. All right. I don't see it popping up as of yet. But just so y'all see, I'm ready. I'm gonna check on their Facebook page as well. Where'd it come on? The news just came on. Here it is popping. Let's go. And let's go. Sorry about that.
New records that show Tiffany Henyard's pay and perks from taxpayers soared well into six figures last year. WGN's Ben Bradley has that story.
Even though we have, quote unquote, the same school system, it's not benefiting all of our kids to the same degree.
The Department of Education launching an investigation into Chicago public schools, accusing the system of violating students' civil rights. What program they're targeting and how one of the creators of the program's responding.
Mayor Brandon Johnson heading to Springfield to lobby for money for Chicago. How is Governor Pritzker responding? We'll hear from him just ahead.
Cooling temps tonight after a mild start to the weekend. The next chance of rain not far off. Demetrius Avery is tracking it all in his full forecast.
This is a hostile and political act by Amazon.
A bizarre but seemingly short-lived controversy between Amazon and the White House today, coming after Amazon reportedly had been ready to publish how tariffs would affect their prices, how the White House responded, and what happened next. The WGN News at 9 starts right now.
Is that what that
This is
was?
Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
Good evening. I'm Micah Matera.
I'm Ray Cortopassi.
Family, friends, and fellow Chicago firefighters remembering the life of fallen CFD Captain David Meyer today.
WGN Sean Lewis reports from Niles on the way they honored him today.
Good evening. Today we heard about his sacrifice, his selflessness, and his sense of humor. And now the body of Captain Meyer is in its final resting place. Just after 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, the body of Captain David Meyer arrived at St. John Brebeuf Church on North Harlem as hundreds of firefighters gathered to say goodbye.
Dave would have hated this.
Inside, Meyer was remembered by those who knew him best.
My dad wasn't just physically present in our lives. He showed us his love throughout all the thoughtful gestures that made each moment feel special.
The 54-year-old husband, father of four, was a 28-year veteran of the Chicago Fire Department. He was clearing an early morning garage fire on Chicago's west side last Wednesday when an I-beam fell. Meyer was mortally wounded.
We will never forget you. You will always be in our hearts.
Chicago's fire commissioner recalling his professionalism.
Dave didn't just make an impression. He made a place for everybody.
While a firefighter friend who met him at Ground Zero after 9/11 recalled his loyalty.
Anyone who ever met Dave knew it instantly. They felt it. That was the connection. Doesn't matter if you knew him for 5 minutes or 5 years, you felt like you've known him forever.
A familiar way that many times highlighted Meyer's sense of humor.
So practical jokes, I can tell you this. I don't know how many of you have ever had your car saran wrapped.
You ever move the fire truck? Did you move the fire truck?
Front to back, top to bottom, side to side. Cell phone rings. Dave Meyer. This is 5:30 in the morning. Hey, what's up? He's laughing so hysterically he can barely talk. Hey, have any problems getting in your car this morning?
He was never one who called attention to himself. It was always about everybody else.
It is a loss felt by the hundreds here today.
I love you, Dad. I miss you. We're all gonna miss you because nobody can be you.
And with today's goodbye comes the next chapter of this. The 44-year-old man accused of setting the fire that killed Captain Meyer is now in custody and facing several charges, including arson and first-degree murder. In Niles tonight, Sean Lewis, WGN News.
WGN's complete coverage of remembrances for Captain Meyer is on our website. To see more of today's speeches and services, visit WGNTV.com.
We'll have more headlines for you in just a moment, but first, a quiet and cool night ahead, but how long before the showers actually return once again?
Demetrius Ivory has your first look at the forecast. Hello.
Hello, and how about a nice day we had, at least when you look at the numbers. Our high temperature was 77 degrees, but that was 1 in the morning. We had temperatures which cooled down significantly after that.
Yeah,
We're
77
expecting to
in the
see, well, they're not going to rise into the 70s again until probably sometime so probably around this time next week. 42 your current dew point temperature. As you look at the severe outlook for tonight, it's certainly not happening for us. We're not expecting to see any of those strong storms. The storms has now exited to our south. That powerful system that brought some storms to our northwest has exited that area also. All right, so today's high temperature in Hebron up to 79 degrees. Again, 77 for O'Hare. These are early daytime high temperatures. As a matter of fact, as we look at WeatherBug, we see that we're dry right now. I want to show you some more temps, though.
All right, just in case.
Kankakee County, right.
Unless you live in Illinois, I know you don't really necessarily. Yeah, they're going to long stroke us. You're right. I was literally about to say that. Well, I wasn't going to say it just like that. No apologies, but yeah, they definitely they're giving us the long stroke for sure. You're hilarious. I can't believe you. All right, let's see what we got. This is
Not because the owner wants to.
And we have more now from WGN's Brona Tumulty, who has our details this evening. Brona?
Good evening, guys. There's a lot to unpack here, but you're about to meet a woman named TJ Parker. About a decade ago, she took over her mother's dream of owning a daycare and school, and she made that dream her own. Except
She's
now,
Irish.
it's become a nightmare.
It's sad to look at this space because you don't see all of the little children that enjoyed this space so much. This was a happy place for children.
Little books, toy trucks, now collecting dust and damage, small reminders of the happy place this once was.
Everything's just ravished. I mean, it's heartbreaking.
A Step Ahead Learning Centre in Uptown came to life decades ago, started by TJ Parker's mother, Regina.
I was here with her. I watched her lay tiles, paint walls, build shelves.
And for a long time, things thrived on North Broadway.
It essentially expanded into 5 centers, and we were servicing 71 children.
When Regina passed away, TJ took the reins, and while remodeling in 2015, she says she found a leak.
I reached out to the landlord. I told him that there is some discoloration in the ceiling. I wanted to have someone come out to check to see where the water leakage was coming from.
But tells us those plumbing problems were never truly fixed.
In 2016, there was a repair that was done that I thought fixed the problem. However, what I ended up finding out was that there was a planter placed in the ceiling to essentially catch the water. And so,
Like a garden planter?
yes, like a garden planter.
The issues continuing, she says, for the last 10 years, prompting her to stop paying part of the rent in 2019, explaining she couldn't use the majority of the space.
The amount of children that we had was dramatically reduced because of this, because it wasn't safe to operate on this side.
In 2021, she got an eviction notice, both she and the landlord ending up in court. She says the judge, relying on the landlord's claim that TJ hadn't paid any rent since 2015, issued an initial $550,000 judgment against her without allowing her to tell her side of the story, show proof of rent payment, or highlight any of the numerous texts between herself and the landlord pleading for help.
I did ask for help. I wasn't given help. And I felt like I was exhausting my resources.
The judgment was later reduced to $405,000, but rather than continuing to fight in court, she agreed to leave by tomorrow.
It's closing a legacy. It's closing a dream that my mother had that I wanted so dearly to carry on.
Now, parents of the 6 remaining students are rallying around her.
My heart is just so heavy for TJ.
Jackie Adkins says her little girl Madeline has loved learning here for the last 3 years. And she had no idea just how bad the damage was to last week.
It's water that's currently leaking that you can hear in the background as we speak. It's everywhere.
They've started a GoFundMe to help TJ financially. But with about 24 hours left before she has to be out, the clock is ticking.
I'm hoping that some way by making this story public, that maybe there's somebody that can help. Maybe there's somebody that'll reach out that has options for me. That maybe there is still the opportunity to be able to restart.
Now, while we were there actually talking to TJ, a city inspector showed up. He didn't want to be on camera, but TJ says he told her the damage to the building is unacceptable and the city will be investigating further. And the Department of Buildings online records show today's inspection as a failure, with 7 violations found. Those include eroding and in some cases collapsing walls, mold and rotted floor joists. We did, of course, also try to reach the landlord. We called him, we left a voicemail and texted as well, and got no response. Micah, Ray?
Thank you, Brian. Wow. Developing tonight, a deadly crash along DuSable Lakeshore Drive. A female passenger killed when the car she had been riding in hit a tree near the 2900 block. Chicago police say the black sedan going south lost control and split in half during that accident. The 18-year-old driver is in critical condition at the hospital. It's still not clear what led up to the crash.
Skycam 9 was over the scene this evening after a dramatic crash involving several vehicles and a pace bus. This happened at Butterfield Road and East Loop Roads.
All right,
Not
so
clear yet what happened, but you can see at least 3 other vehicles with some heavy damage there at the scene. The bus landed there.
It's clear WGN is going to drag this all the way out. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with us this evening. I thought this was going to be like an expose, but it's clearly not an expose. It's clearly a part of the news segment, and it looks like it's going to probably be part of the latter part of the news segment. So they're going to drag this out. I appreciate y'all. They getting a view on us. They getting their views for sure. Shout out to WGN. Shout out to y'all.
Investigating a deadly shooting during the middle of the day in the city's Austin neighborhood. Police say the suspect walked into a food store near Laramie and Lake and opened fire on a man who was working inside. The 32-year-old employee was behind the meat counter when the gunman shot him multiple times. 37th Ward Alderwoman Emma Mitz says she is stunned.
Someone went inside the store and shot him while he was at work. It looked like he was targeted.
So far, there are no suspects in custody.
The U.S. Department of Education has opened an investigation into Chicago public schools. This comes after allegations that CPS has violated Title VI of the Civil Rights Act.
And WGN's Jenna Barnes is live downtown at CPS headquarters with this story. Jenna?
Ray and Micah, the Black Student Success Plan is intended to correct historic disinvestment and achievement gaps, but the U.S. Department of Education is investigating an allegation that it discriminates on the basis of race.
It does. That's what it sounds like.
I fear that the U.S. Department of Education is now being turned into an overtly white supremacist organization.
Chicago Board of Education member and new chair of the Black Student Success Committee, G2 Brown, speaking out against the U.S. Department of Education's investigation into Chicago Public Schools' Black Student Success Plan.
But we will not turn a blind eye to the historical disinvestment in the education of Black children in particular.
The plan began this spring to increase the number of Black teachers in CPS, close academic and opportunity gaps between Black students and their peers, and reduce disciplinary actions against Black students, who make up about a third of the CPS student population.
You know, I would like to see them answer questions as to why are Black boys 6 times more likely to be expelled from schools than white boys.
Valerie Leonard helped draft the plan.
We're looking at the data and going where the data take us, and the data is taking us to a very, very dark place.
A legal challenge from the group Parents Defending Education argues the plan is discriminatory. The group opposes diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and fights what it calls indoctrination in schools. Now the U.S. Department of Education under President Trump is investigating whether the CPS plan violates Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. A Department of Education representative saying in a statement, Chicago public schools have a record of academic failure, leaving students from all backgrounds and races struggling and ill-prepared to meet the challenges and enjoy the rewards of contemporary American life. Rather than address its record honestly, CPS seeks to allocate additional resources to favored students on the basis of race.
So the language of civil rights is being flipped. This is not about favoring any group. It is about addressing a historic and consistent wrong.
The Chicago Teachers Union tonight is calling this investigation baseless. CPS isn't commenting. We're live outside CPS headquarters. Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
Thank you, Jenna. Facing a looming budget deficit and potential federal funding cuts, Mayor Brandon Johnson is going to the State House tomorrow to ask lawmakers for help.
WGN political reporter Tamon Bradley has those details.
That's funny.
Good evening. Just 5 weeks to go before the end of Springfield's legislative session, and Mayor Johnson is headed there with a revised wish list.
It's the eve of a big trip to the state capitol for Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. Facing a projected $1.12 billion budget shortfall next year, the mayor is looking to the General Assembly for help. Johnson is set to meet with Senate President Don Harmon, House Speaker Emanuel Chris Welch, and Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Intend to listen to him and what he expresses as the needs of the city of Chicago.
The mayor wants to generate $12.5 million through a tax on prepaid cell phone and calling cards, raise $27.5 million by extending the $5 a month 911 surcharge, get more funding for the city's unified shelter system, and improve state reimbursement rates for various services, including education.
Chicago will continue to lead the way in investing in people and ensuring that we're protecting workers.
Burdened by his own fiscal challenges, Governor Pritzker has repeatedly stressed that people have been working on the state budget for almost a year.
So there's plenty of months for people to express to me what they'd like me to include in a budget. And I didn't really hear much from the mayor's office. We'll do whatever we can. The city of Chicago is an economic engine for the state, but there are also a lot of other cities across the state of Illinois and a lot of people across the state that deserve our support. And so we always have to balance those things.
The governor has also accused Johnson of not having good relationships in Springfield due to lack of outreach. But Johnson insists he's close to the key players. Before the mayor's visit, the Springfield Republican minority unloaded.
We are not Mayor Johnson's personal piggy bank. It does seem like every few months the mayor presents a new idea or regurgitates a old idea, wanting $1 billion for CTA, wanting $1 billion for a Bears Stadium, wanting $1 billion for transportation. You know, some may refer to him as $1 billion Brandon.
The mayor will also be asking for progressive revenue, although he said little about what specific new taxes he's talking about. Tamon Bradley, WGN News.
Amazon backing down after the White House went on the attack over reports it had been planning to show import charges for some products on its website. Amazon says it considered it to show the effects of tariffs on its Amazon Haul website. That site competes with Chinese retailer Temu. Well, the Wall Street Journal reports President Trump called Amazon founder Jeff Bezos to complain. The company says it never planned to put import charges on its main site. It has since abandoned the idea altogether.
The Milwaukee judge arrested and accused of helping a man evade immigration authorities has been suspended by the Wisconsin State Supreme Court.
Come on, Wisconsin.
The FBI took Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan into custody last Friday. State Supreme Court issued the order today, saying it's in the public interest to temporarily relieve her of her duties. Her attorney has had no immediate comment. President Trump marking the first 100 days of his second term with a rally in Michigan tonight.
Taking the stage a short time ago in Michigan to tout his work in D.C.
Week by week, we're ending illegal immigration. We're taking back our jobs and protecting our great American auto workers and all of our workers, frankly. We're protecting all of our workers. We're ending the inflation nightmare, the worst that we've had probably in the history of our country, getting woke lunacy and transgender insanity the hell out of our government.
Trump and his supporters strongly defending his tariff plan, despite the volatility it caused on the markets. They claim it will lead to lower taxes in the long run. It actually led to the worst first 100 days since 1974, when Gerald Ford took office. The Trump White House announced it was easing some tariffs on the auto industry. Welcome news to the Michigan crowd. Leading Democrats had a much bleaker view of the president's first 100 days.
For 100 days, Trump and his administration of billionaire buddies have caused chaos, wreaked havoc, and sowed division. He's undermined the Constitution, our system of checks and balances, and the rule of law. And through it all, my Republican colleagues have remained silent.
Several approval polls released over the last several days show support for President Trump down at the 100-day mark. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, part of a live podcast earlier tonight on the president's 100 days. He says Trump is making everything harder.
That's something that we're all going to have to live with until we're able to overturn the Congress. And that, in fact, is one of the things I want to say to everybody that's listening. If you're not out there protesting in front of a Republican congressman's office, or out in the street making your voice heard, or calling your friends in another state to have them do it, or showing up in Washington, D.C. in front of their offices, those Republican congressmen, then you're not doing what's necessary to put pressure on them to vote the right way. This summer, they're going to be voting.
Pritzker says that pressure has to come now before they vote on a budget this summer. And he joined governors from Minnesota, Massachusetts, and New York, all Democrats. They discussed issues with the host of the Midas Touch podcast and then took questions recorded by voters.
A cooler night ahead as you get a break from the storms. Dimitri Sabri maps out when to expect the next round, coming up in less than 10 minutes.
First, though, an update on yesterday's devastating crash near Springfield. 3 children and a teen killed. We'll tell you what we're learning about the victims next.
A suspicious fire in the south suburbs. That explosion captured on dramatic video. Latest details on the investigation just ahead.
Come on now. People want to know what's next for you.
What's next? Why you out here?
And WGN Investigates returning to Dalton tonight. Tiffany Henyard is in her final days as mayor. Investigative reporter Ben Bradley asks what is next for her and the government she is leaving after 9:45.
I don't get it either.
All right, so shout out. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. I don't know how long it's going to be, Solomon. I appreciate you, brother. And it is what it is, man. I just thought it would be a good opportunity for us to tap in. I didn't think they were going to put it at the end of the segment, though. So they got me. They got us. We done already committed, so we're already here. So we might as well just go ahead and roll with them. What we got? Shout out to everybody that's jumped into the chat. Yada, 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 yada. The nerve. They protest outside your house, sir. And you still ain't. Right. I like that. Christina Monique, yeah. All right, let's go. Great question, Mike. Got a poll question popping up for y'all right now.
Failure is not an option. Anyone? Just a second, Bradley. Anyone?
On this field, winners are born.
Hold on to your butts.
I know who did it.
I know why.
My thing's bigger.
Shut up.
Settle up, partner. Here goes nothing.
Get your game on.
Thanks for coming after me.
We look forward to our very bright future.
Get online, then bookmark WGNTV.com. Watch live streams of all WGN TV newscasts. Read the latest headlines from Chicago and beyond. It's news you want 24 hours a day. Bookmark WGNTV.com.
Cuomo, O'Reilly, Smith, the first 100 days, a primetime event in a live town hall special.
The big voices and your voices.
Cuomo Town Hall, the first 100 days. Live Wednesday, 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
I don't know what's going on with that. All right, here's a poll question, and then we can get going. Let's go. Poll question just popped up. All right, WGN. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Community this morning after 3 children and a teenager were killed when a car crashed through a daycare center in Chatham, Illinois, near Springfield. 7-year-old Catherine Corley, 7-year-old Alma Boonerkamp, and 8-year-old Ainsley Johnson, along with 18-year-old Riley Britton, were all killed in that crash. 6 other children were hurt. Illinois State Police have identified the driver as 44-year-old Marianne Akers. Toxicology results are pending. The cause of that crash is under investigation. So far, Akers has not been charged, but police say this does not appear to be a targeted attack.
Investigators say an early morning fire in the south suburbs appears suspicious.
Oh,
man.
That video shows the moment the building exploded in flames. It consumed the structure and several cars. WGN Investigates has learned that location had been raided by the Illinois Secretary of State Police in December, finding 10 of the 50 cars parked on the property had been stolen. The property owner, Larry Gardner, previously told WGN Investigates he rented space to others. He had no way of knowing whether the vehicles had been stolen. Gardner spoke to WGN in late 2023 when he accused Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard of political retaliation. He has not responded to our request for comment today.
Oh my gosh.
State Fire Marshal has been called in. No injuries have been reported in this morning's fire. Cooler temperatures carry into tomorrow with gray skies on the way.
And Demetrius is back to track when the showers return to your neighborhood next.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Larry. I've talked to him on the phone. Yeah, I mean, y'all saying I can't disagree. I mean, this seems real super suspicious. Super suspicious. Yeah, I've been looking into Mr. Pritzker. Matter of fact, I did dropped a video about AOC and her presidential, aspirations. So Pritzker's mentioning that as well. All right, let's see. Y'all said she did it. Y'all said, look. All right, let's finish this up. This should be the last segment, I hope. I didn't know CW still was on. Oh, they getting all their change out of it. They said, look, she about to go to jail. We ain't gonna make nothing else out of it. They said they might as well. I hope it's worth it though. All right, here we go.
Danny, wake up!
Okay, I don't know who that is, what that's about. But no, shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for rocking with us tonight. All right. Yeah, they're definitely, Mark C, they're definitely milking this for sure. I ain't mad at them, though. I need to hear about this fire. I'm hoping to get some more information about it, Blankenship, and then I will definitely unequivocally give y'all some more information. Let's go.
The deal. We gotta set ourselves up.
All right, so that's how long is this news? 30 minutes or an hour? I think it's an hour, but I don't know. I just wanted to be a good segment, so hopefully it'll be worth it. Because otherwise, I don't wasted y'all time, and I don't want to do that to y'all. Daytime Chicago. I know that could. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Man, I hope it's not, Louis. I would be pretty sad about that. But if it happened, then I deserve it. They got me. They got me. All right, let's bring this back in. Here we go. Music is, I think that's copywritten music. Oh, it's an hour, Kiera. Thank you so much. Hope it's a good segment then. Commercials are longer than the ones on YouTube. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Let's roll.
And Demetrius is here. We got a little cooler today than yesterday.
Oh, they still talking about the
We
weather.
did cool down. What happened was we saw a high temperature that occurred at 1 a.m.
Okay.
Right around 77, and then
Yeah, y'all got some Georgia temperatures. 77 at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's some Georgia weather right there.
These are high winds in Springfield, Missouri during a tornado warning. Take a look at this. This is a tornado there. Springfield, Missouri really got the worst of this. There were a number of tornadoes there. Now, how about this? The country averages about 1,200 tornadoes per year. Last year we got 1,900. We're up to almost 700 already. This year. So we are certainly going to get many more than that. That's 1,200 before this one's done. This is going to be a very tornadic year for the United States. All right, let's take a look at how things were for us today, because we didn't have to deal with any of that. What we got was just a day that was torture when you stared at it through the office window. I mean, this is get outside weather for everyone, right? Temperatures started off in the upper 70s, dropped, but they didn't drop much, down into the 60s, right in that comfortable range as we got into the afternoon. Now, as we get through tonight, we'll see temperatures drop down only into the low 40s, a little bit chilly, but we are going to have a rebound that'll come our way by this time next week. We'll be back into the 70s.
weather.
And most importantly, not expecting severe weather to come our way at all in the upcoming 7-day forecast, at least not yet. All right, here, as we look at the Will County, from Will County.
So definitely answer the poll question. Do you think Tiffany, what's her next move going to be? Is she going to jail? Is she going to be in reality TV? What's Tiffany's next move? What's her next move? Let me know what you think. And better, you know what I think it is.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
All right, so let me know what you think. Poll question is on the screen. Y'all got some crazy weather, man. Y'all got some wild weather up there for sure. But y'all can keep that up there, man. We good. Yeah, I know. I'm with you, Louis. All right, let's go. Oh, that's wind gusts. I was like, wait, how did the temperature go down so low? That was a wind gust. Okay. Y'all going to jail t-shirt. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need one of them t-shirts for sure. I need to put it on my store. Well, thank you, L Shell. Thank you so much. What did L Shell say? Waiting to watch the replay. Oh man. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I made a mistake. I started too early and then fooled around and didn't realize that this was going to be a news segment. I was thinking it was going to be like a special report, kind of like the Regina Waldrop interviews. That's what I was expecting, but I got tricked. So I appreciate you toughing it out with me. Thank y'all so much. All right, what we got? There's Thornton right there. I see you, Thornton. We see Aurora. That's where your boy was born and raised. Right there. What we got? I see Lansing. Aurora's still on the deal. I love it. All right. All right, weather guy. Come on. Yo, real quick in the chat. Where y'all from? Real quick. Drop it in the chat. Where you from? Where are you watching tonight? Y'all know where your boy is. Over here in the great state of Georgia. Oh, you got Tiffany running for what? Running for what in 2029? Hey, I heard that judge that helped that guy sneak out of court, it's very possible that she might not get anything. So, I mean, crazier things have happened. Oh man, we got them all over the place. got them all over the place. Additional information, Dalton Fire, second source. They're small. Right, I heard that. That's why I wanted to wait, Mike, because I was like, I heard about the smaller fire, then this bigger fire. I just want to get all my information in place. What's going on, Cheer Wine Guy? We're over there in Charlotte. They over there in Charlotte, hanging out with your boy tonight. But did they hit the like button? That's the question that we got. That's the question. But did they hit the like button? Oh, no, not a Nexus of Sports segment. Come on, jump on. No apologies. Just jump on in. If they're going to do sports, man, we're going to have to go ahead. We definitely going to have to filibuster. Oh, my gosh. Tiffany for prison 2029. There we go. I love it. Why can't I wait till 2029? We in 2025, man. Come on, at least get the next year. Girl, put that dinner down. Let's go. It's late. All right, let's see what we got.
77, 55 the low. Normals for this time of the year, 64 and 45. And the record high temperature, 88. That's been around since 1899. Long-standing record there. Record low, 31 degrees, set back in 1958. We are completely dry and will be dry. Very nice, beautiful, and calm night that we're going to expect tonight. Remember that low temperature we just discussed. 55 is our current temperature as we drop. We're not going to drop much, but we will a few degrees before midnight, so we will amend that number. 47 right now, Waukegan, 52 for Gary, 52 also for Valparaiso. 3-point numbers give you an indication it's in the 40s. It's really, there's really dry air in the region, so it's going to feel quite comfortable. But the number that we're seeing right now,
they're dragging it out.
Is some 24 degrees cooler than where we were this time of the day yesterday. That is a significant drop. We're not finding much in terms of winds, but already, again, blowing off the lake. Remember, the air is going to be modified or cooled by the lake water.
For sure.
So you're going to be cooled by the lake throughout the entire day tomorrow. And it's the strongest winds that we've seen today, 45 miles per hour. All right, so there's the satellite radar composite again. I want to show you the rain as it will continue to spill in from the south. We expect to see showers, I think, arrive by around lunchtime Wednesday. And then the rain continues. Could get heavy at times as we get into late Wednesday night and early Thursday. I think our biggest hazards would be heavy rain, the possibility of over an inch of rain for some of us. And Thursday we'll have that off and on showers lingering. It'll be Friday where we finally dry out. All right, tonight. Low temperature falls down to about 40 degrees. Partly cloudy for us tonight. It'll be cooler and more seasonable. And for tomorrow, we're up to about 60.
This is the last segment they have on Tiffany while she's technically still active, totally milking it and riding it out.
Thursday's high temperature climbs to...
I really thought it was going to be a special report. I really did. Hey, you know what? I ain't mad at them. Shout out to Dalton Trustees. What's up, Dalton Trustees? Y'all, let's go ahead and let the trustees know we appreciate them. I'm going to put DT in the chat. What's going on to the trustees? Flooded with DT in the chat. What's going on?
Why can't we have that on the weekend?
I know. I try to, move the days over.
Make some adjustments, right?
We'll get it in June.
All right. Thank you. Still ahead, a popular Chicago restaurant giving customers a new option for pickup, where you can find candlelight pizza in the frozen foods aisle after 9:45.
First, though, Dansby Swanson finally busts out of his slump against the Pirates. Jared Payton has that and more coming up next in sports.
I fell in love with
they are riding this.
Early age.
They riding this thing all the way to the end. Shout out to the Dalton trustees. If you want to jump in, or trustees, let me know. Shout out to the trustees for sure. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Definitely want to see, looking to hear good things from y'all. So shout out to the trustees from Dalton in the building. Yeah, but they milking this thing. They say we're gonna get every little smidgen out of this thing. They say we got DWC and his crew over watching us. We're going to get it all. We're going to take it all tonight. Bless their hearts. I ain't even mad at them. I can't even be mad at them. I don't know. Like, how did frozen pizza make the news? That is a fantabulous question, Orphan Maker. Like, that's how you know they just milking it. That's right. And the pizza had pineapple on it. So we already know it's suspect. We know it's suspect. Absolutely. They are still running the sham on us tonight. But that's cool though. I should have paid attention to the clock. This is my fault. I should have started earlier. I mean, I should not have started so early. So that's my lesson. I learned my lesson today. Every day you gotta learn something new. Every day.
See my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Look at that. Shout out to
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
That's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we?
Shout out to the trustees. DT, we're sending you love from LA. I'm so happy for you guys. Moving on. I hope Tiffany is getting nervous now. Absolutely. I hope so. Get up out of here. Oh no, I love it. WGN is Tiffany is right now. I think they're Tiffanying us. I think you got it. I heard you right. Yeah, I don't look. It's too late tonight to argue about pineapple on pizza. Let's just all admit pineapple on pizza is nasty. Keep it moving. All right. It shouldn't be a thing. It's too late tonight. I'm sure their ratings are through. Oh, for sure. I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. They said they're gonna milk. They said, look, we're gonna milk this thing to the end. They said, Jason out here trying to buy a new MacBook Pro. Jason out here trying to get a new Hellcat. We're gonna get one too. So I ain't mad at them. Y'all do your thing. All right, so this is the crew right here. The weekend evening crew. Interesting. All right, what they got?
And Jared is here to start things off with some good news for the Cubs.
Yeah, you can't say I'm
Cubbies.
blocking his face right now, Dansby Swanson. Sometimes when things aren't going right,
Dansby Swanson.
shake it up a little bit.
That's
you know,
what happens.
Just shake it up. Yeah, that's what Dansby Swanson had to do as well. Swanson, though, he's been in a slump basically since the start of the season. Entering tonight,
He's from Marietta. He's from Atlanta.
116 at bats. But Craig Counsell moved him down the batting order tonight against the Pirates, and the move, well, it paid off big time. Swanson went from 5th to 8th in the lineup. Carson Kelly moved up to the cleanup spot, and the dude was raking. 4th inning, Kelly goes yard on this one. His 7th homer of the season put the Northsiders up 2-0. Shota Imanaga, though, was cruising, tossing 5 scoreless innings. But in the 6th, training staff came out to check him out. Cubs say that he's dealing with some leg cramps. That would be the end of the night for him. But the Cubs offense wasn't done yet. They added 3 in the 7th and then tacked on 1 more in the 8th. And mama, there goes that man. Dansby Swanson going deep. His first homer in 3 weeks. Nice birthday present for his wife, Mallory, as the Cubs blank the Buccos 9-0. The White Sox, they're giving Colson Montgomery some time to work on his swing. Chris Getz is sending his 4th ranked prospect to Arizona to work with hitting director Ryan Fuller. Montgomery hasn't done a lot of hitting in Charlotte, batting just 149 with 43 strikeouts so far this season.
I think it's part of the development process. You know, he's 23 years old. You know, in a way, he's still at the beginning of his career, and we didn't want to wait any longer. We felt like, let's go and attack this now. He's open to it, and I feel like we're going to make strides because of it.
Well, the Sox celebrating another dog day at the rate with plenty of hats and treats for their 4-legged friends. So cute. A lot of tails wagging. In the 1st inning, Luis Robert and Andrew Benintendi hitting back-to-back jacks. Unfortunately, though, the Sox only had 2 hits the rest of the way.
That's the right kind of pizza right there.
Tied at 2 in the 6th.
That's the right kind of pizza.
Brandon Eisert hits Sal Frelick, and with the bases loaded, that brought in the go-ahead run to make it 3-2. And that's all they would need as the Brewers win the series opener 7-2. The final. Finally, a crazy finish in Game 5 of the Bucks and Pacers series. Milwaukee was up 7 with 40 seconds to go, but they threw away a chance to run out the clock with 10 seconds left, and that was plenty enough time for Tyrese Halliburton. Drives to the lane and gets the game winner, knocking the Bucks out of the playoffs, and tempers boiled after the postgame. Giannis had heated exchange with Halliburton's dad, who came on the court. Both teams had to be separated on the floor. Giannis was right in the mix. Maybe the last time we see him in a Bucks jersey.
Uh-oh.
That got a little crazy.
I'm just, it's opportunity.
Wow.
Freaked out.
Maybe in the Bulls jersey.
You think?
I don't know.
You may get the Greek freak, huh?
Make it happen, but we'll have a lot more coming up at 10:30 on GN Sports.
That'll be breaking news. All right, thanks, Jared. Coming up, WGN investigates what is next for Tiffany Henyard. The South Suburban leader is entering the final stretch before a new administration takes over. And investigative reporter Ben Bradley asks how Dalton and Thornton Township plan to move forward. Next.
An escalation in the Trump administration's mass deportation effort, how the U.S. Postal Service is now reportedly getting involved. That's all new at 10.
And WGN is your home for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Saturday, we are headed to the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth for the Andes Frozen Custard 300. Live look at the track as crews get it ready. This Saturday's coverage starts at 12:30 with the countdown. Race set to start then at 1. We'll be right back.
They milking
WGN. Spotlight on.
They milking the devil out of this thing. I ain't even mad at them. Y'all go ahead and do your thing. Shout out to everybody who's jumped in. We got about 470 people have tapped in with us. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with us tonight. This is a good use of my time. Sunshine says, I cut the TV up loud so I can hear and just completed dusting. Shout out to you. Appreciate you for sure. And hopefully it's not another segment. Hopefully it's not another sports segment. Hey, now, nobody said that it wasn't a casserole. I'm not saying that, but I still mess with it for sure. Please don't give me the weather again. I can't do that. Don't do that again. I don't know, Donna. Oh no. It's looking pretty shady. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. Yeah, this is going to probably be the end of it till the top of the hour. I hope so. Yes, absolutely. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. This has been a lot of fun. Louisiana up in the building. Let's go. All right. Make sure I don't miss it. Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched NASCAR. I've never watched NASCAR, so shout out to NASCAR. Look, Karen, it's all good. We good. We ain't gonna even have a fight about it. It's all good.
A must-watch moment?
What's it gonna be, Larry?
See it again right in your inbox. Sign up for the daily WGN Morning News email newsletter at WGNTV.com/newsletter.
Okay, we're back on this again. Yeah, they got their commercial game is strong on this tonight. Karen, it's all good. We got love for you. Look, it's too late at night to be fighting tonight. We all good. I ain't gonna even throw no underhanded comment. It's all good. Actually, I can understand what they're doing with pineapple on pizza. I've said that before. I can understand what they're doing. It just doesn't seem right, but I understand what they're doing. So I'm like, I understand the flavor that you're trying to get. I understand it. Yeah, I got you. I understand it. And I mess with pizza. So if I'm somewhere and there's pineapple pizza, let me tell you something right now. Your boy's still gonna eat it. But I don't deliberately, intentionally go out after it. That's all. Say that again, Jamal. Say it again. It's past my bedtime too. I'm right here. What's up? Is it on? Did I miss something? Okay, here we go.
Self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard leaves office in the next few weeks after being badly beaten at the ballot box. Questionable spending, clashes with trustees, and an ongoing FBI investigation led to her undoing.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley broke many of the stories that exposed the issues. And tonight he returns to the south suburbs for a new accounting of Henyard's reign.
Ooh, let's go.
I love y'all. And nothing you can do about it.
The curtain will soon close on the Tiffany Henyard show, but not before one last dance.
Supervisor, come on now. People want to know what's next for you.
You know what's next? Why you out here? Why are you out here?
We were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
I
our last hurrah. And I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before. But I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her.
Oh my gosh.
She's nasty.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
Wow.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dalton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes.
Wow.
Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance.
Ooh.
That's despite the fact Dalton taxpayers spent 6 figures on 2 SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
Trustee Gray Everett, Supervisor Henyard.
And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since she lost re-election?
Wow.
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
And work.
You don't want to answer? You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meetings?
Wow.
It just proves that what she was doing was very selfish. It wasn't about the people.
Stephanie Wiedemann worked for the township for 20 years and blew the whistle on many of Henyard's antics.
If she had just said, oh, I made a mistake, everybody would have moved on. We pointed out the mistakes and she put on the show. You know, everybody paid attention because every 2 weeks it was like a sitcom.
Y'all are black, and y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
You the ones that's costing the village money.
I don't have that call. I would call. All right.
Okay. What was she supposed to do? You wanted her to expound? Don't drag out the meeting. I made a motion.
WGN Investigates has documented first-class trips for Henyard and her entourage that cost taxpayers well over $100,000. There was a stay at a Four Seasons and steak dinners. In late 2023, this was how she explained it.
I love this.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Taxpayers are the ones stuck with the bill. The supervisor and others get unusual perks, including $600 a day for every day they travel out of state for the township, and $400 per day for travel within Illinois, plus the cost of their travel expenses. We asked Henyard's successor whether he agrees with the supersized paydays.
What you make is based upon what you are able to deliver. That's more so saying, like, you know, people believe that professional athletes shouldn't get paid millions of dollars, that doctors should be, or teachers for that matter. So I'm not going to get here and go into a debate about what should be getting or what should be this salary or this.
With what we've been through and how easily we saw it is to abuse the system, I think it's important that the residents pay attention and continue to pay attention and continue to hold people accountable.
Despite it all, the spending, a questionable cancer charity, an ongoing FBI investigation, and even a brawl at a board meeting. Henyard still has her supporters.
I think she's doing what men have been doing for years as far as her security and all those things. She needs that.
She give back to the community, so, I mean, what more can people ask for?
And Tiffany Henyard vows the show will go on.
You told us on Election Day we haven't heard the last of you. What's next for you?
It's a lot next for me. Stay tuned.
That car wash song is crazy.
The FBI is still tuned in. Sources say agents have visited several of Henyard's allies at home in recent weeks, looking for information and cooperation. As for the six-figure township supervisor's salary, it was 6 times higher than the leaders of Illinois' other largest townships, but it will be reduced to just over $50,000 per year when the new supervisor takes over in mid-May. Some of the other allowance perks, they'll remain in place. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
Well, still ahead for you this evening, an accident potentially worth tens of millions of dollars.
Child visiting a Dutch museum damages an expressionist masterpiece. Details after the break.
And then later, charges filed for a South Loop restaurant shooting.
All right. Shout out to WGN Investigates. All right, what y'all think about that? What'd you think? If you want to, no apologies. If you're done, you want to hop on real quick and talk, we can. Just let me know. I thought it was wild that the lady said I didn't vote for her. That was vile.
Shooting during last
Hold
summer.
on, let me see if I can. Matter of fact, I'm gonna back it up. I think I can. It's live. I can't rewind it. Let me see if it's on their YouTube. Because I would love to hear that lady say that. Yeah, I didn't even vote for her, but I'm coming to get this food. That is crazy. But we knew that. We knew that was the truth. Okay, well, let me rewind. I got to wait till it's over. Okay, well, that was fun. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Yeah, so what did y'all think, man? If y'all want to, real quick, no apologies. I think if you would like to, you can. You're welcome to hop on. Let me know. I know you were busy a moment ago, so if you're busy still, it is all good. But I'm right there with you. You don't think you don't think Napoleon? That's my first time hearing Napoleon speak, I have to say. Yeah, dang, you didn't have to give me the time. You didn't have to give me a time check, man. Come on. Don't do that to me. Yeah, it was 5 minutes though. They should have had a larger segment. I was hoping it was, but well, it is what it is. I think, hey, you gotta have a strong constitution to turn that down. So I understand. I just wish
DNC delegates and others who attended were inside when shots were fired. The charges, the suspect,
it will not let me back this up. Darn, I want to hear that lady say that she ain't vote for her, but she came to get that food again. That was crazy. Child, what does B. Jones say? B. James say, child, we have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray by WGN. I stayed up for this. I'm trying to tell you, but I appreciate you rocking with me though, for sure. The fact that even now at the end, she still won't answer questions directly. That's all right. The FBI will do their thing. Hey, by the way, that video where she's interviewed by Ben Bradley, that is the first time I saw her. That's that first video I saw. I have it somewhere. I have a copy of the full video, the full interview, because that was like that was the first and the last time she did any interview. She didn't do any more interviews like that. Yeah, they got it on camera for sure. I think some more old clips than asking new questions. I agree. I wish they had given some new information. They didn't talk about Lori. They didn't talk a lot about that kind of stuff. They could have just go ahead and given us a whole full 15-minute segment. You know what I'm saying? The sad thing is food insecurity and real thing in America. Tiff exploited it. It's definitely there in Dalton. I think there's a lot of room in that area for just some new businesses, man. I really hope the new businesses are able to get into Dalton and really provide the services and the infrastructure that community needs. Because I think there's a lot of room there, in my opinion. There's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room for businesses to get in there. I don't know what it looks like tax-wise for a business, but a small grocer, that kind of stuff like that. There's a lot of room for that. In my opinion, I think it would be dope to see that pop up, see that happen for them. All right. That's what I was hoping for. Goldfish gloves. That's what I was hoping for. I thought it was going to be like a Regina type segment, but they hoodwinked us. We got bamboozled. There's a lot of grants and credits in Dalton. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that people will be able to take advantage of that and get in there because there's definitely room to make it happen. Not judging, there are a lot of nice cars in that line getting food. I'm with you, 3579. I'm with you right there. They probably had to use old sound bites and to compensate for the lack of answers. It went to talk to Tiffany at the food drive. It says a lot. She knows she's in trouble deep down. It's over. Amen. I agree. No, I agree with y'all 100% though. I appreciate y'all for sure, for rocking with us. Now, we got better than 475 people tapped in with us. We're about 245 likes. I appreciate y'all. Every last one of you. If you have not already, just go ahead and hit that like button. It don't cost you a thing. And then you can go ahead and drop that little green heart and let us know that you did it. Leave a little heart. Let me know that you love me. Let me know that you love your boy. I appreciate it for sure. So that was that. I was wishing it was a better segment, but it is what it is. We'll let it slide. Shout out to WGN. They milked it. They got all of our attention for the whole night. Bless their hearts. I do want to say that today is Tuesday. I do have an interview scheduled for Thursday. I just got to wait to get the confirmation, but I believe you all will enjoy it. So as soon as I know, I'll make sure you know tomorrow. And it's going to be Thursday at 9 o'clock my time. So I'll make sure you're well aware of that and you have enough time to pop your popcorn and make sure you get on in and get questions asked. I'll put up a poll for questions once I have confirmation that it's going down so that y'all can shoot me some questions so we can make sure we get all of as much information as we can from my guest. So that'll be it. I do want to say again, if you're interested, I do have another channel, just started it. And it's my gold channel. If you want to go check it out over there on my gold channel, which I did not leave the link up in the chat, which I should have, but I didn't. And definitely would love for you to come over there and hear your thoughts and such like that. I thought it was content that maybe wasn't necessarily germane to this channel. So I said I'd just start another channel and rock out over there. I'm getting better at it too, by the way. So definitely come on over and give me your 2 cents and such like that. And here it is. It's a daily vlog, just going over some of my goals I'm trying to accomplish for this channel as well as for myself. So I'm dropping that link in there as well. Shout out. I see a lot of people, everybody wanted Regina. I see a lot of people wanted Regina to do this segment. I agree with y'all for sure. But everybody, I want to say thank you again. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Thank you so much for the green hearts and the such like that. If you do have a question or comment, you know you're welcome to email management. So please make sure you email management if you have a question, comment, or concern. Is that it right there? DearWokeC@gmail.com. I cannot see it. There it is right there. DearWokeC@gmail.com. Thank you so much for rocking with us, y'all. Thank you so much again for the very kind super chats. Thank you so much and welcome to the new members. We appreciate you. Thank you so much to Purple Marie. Thank you again, friend. Thank you so much, Road Tripping, for the very kind and very gracious $10 super chat. And welcome to Angie RN. And thank you so much, Mike, for blessing someone with a membership tonight. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with us and hanging out with us tonight. That was fun. I know it went a little bit longer than we anticipated. WGN said they're going to get as much out of us as they can. So, kudos to them. I appreciate you, Thornton. Thank you so much. So I love this channel. Thank you so much. I hate that her name is on those food giveaways because a lot of that stuff does look like it's not properly taken care of, not properly refrigerated. So, I mean, especially that one where they had all the milk out, it didn't look right. So I hate that because those people out there, maybe they really did need it. And she giving them something that's not been properly taken care of and handled properly. I think that's terrible. Like she had milk out and eggs can be out, but butter and those kind of things that should have been out. I mean, should have been properly frozen or kept in refrigeration. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully Napoleon will do a better job. My thoughts on Napoleon. Napoleon's a politician. He knows what side his bread is buttered on. He also knows that he's going to be responsible for a lot of those. He's going to be a beneficiary of a lot of those perks, like the travel perk and the car allowance and stuff like that. I think he knows, look, I ain't going to say nothing crazy about this because I'm going to be a beneficiary of it. Now, I don't know how he's going to roll once he gets in. I'm just hoping that the people of Thornton Township that need help will be properly taken care of. So if he does that, then I think most of us will probably be perfectly fine with him. So I think his comments were they were measured. That's a good way to say it. I think they were measured because he knows, look, because some of these things have been in place for a long time before Tiffany anyway. So, you know, the car allowance and stuff like that, that's there for him. So I ain't mad at him, but that's my little 2 cents. Oh, thank you so much. All right, good people. It's been fun. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us tonight. Let's do this again tomorrow, or at least this week. So, like I said, I have a guest coming on Thursday. As soon as it's confirmed and I get the picture for the thumbnail, I'll make sure y'all have it. And we can we'll have a good show on Thursday. I got some videos dropping tomorrow too, so we'll have some good shows, some good videos tomorrow as well. But everybody have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you so much for your support and being a part of the best live chat on the internet. If you don't mind, tip your waiters on the way out the door. If you're not familiar with what that means, make sure you hit the like button and drop a green heart in the chat on your way out. Everybody have a fantastic night. And until then, until then, grace and peace. See you soon.